One.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. It's Painkiller Already, episode I forgot. And here we are today with Lefty, Kyle, and Woody. Hope you go ahead and got your seats. And round of applause time.
See, I don't know about this. You didn't know what episode it was last week either.
I don't.
Yeah, slacking. A little bit of slacking, I think.
A little bit of slacking. It's episode 127. We're here with our special guest, Kyle. Thank you for coming.
Anytime.
All right, let's start this off fresh. Let's go and start off fresh. Would you bang Casey Anthony? Go. Left or right? Lefty first.
Oh, is that the chick that
got
her own? Okay.
You know she ain't got no kids now, so she's a little bit more accessible.
Yeah, but she's kind of a psycho. So
Nobody has to know about it, Lefty.
okay, so is it just banger?
Just
sure.
give it a fight.
Oh yeah,
Let's lay the
whatever.
root.
Yeah, done.
Oh yeah. Would I fuck Casey Anthony?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm just worried about she serving me like a glass full of bleach in the morning.
Kyle?
Oh yeah, fuck her.
You guys, I feel like I'm the prude in this thing, but dude,
Jackie doesn't exist, Woody.
I know, right? The hypothetical single version of Woody, never stick your dick in crazy. Like, there are going to be ramifications for fucking Casey Anthony that I don't want to deal with. I'm dropping F-bombs.
But she's not proven crazy, though.
She's crazy.
Let me just say
She's
this.
crazy. She murdered her infant, or let
That's
her
not
infant be
proven.
murdered. That's crazy. Come on, she did it.
If my rule was never stick your dick in crazy, I'd have to be gay.
Yeah,
It's not going to work out, trust me.
Dude, she is bad news. It's going to come back at you. The next morning, she's going to...
Well, look at it this way. Let's say the rubber broke and a kid popped out.
Yeah,
Problem solved.
it's not a long-term problem.
I don't like that joke.
That is such a tasteless joke, but it's so funny.
It's comedy. Oh my god.
I mean,
when
worse
Kyle
than
knocks
you
you for your
that
joke,
shotgun.
you've stepped over the line.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, man.
Kyle's thrown out
You
some
got
bad
into the
stuff.
beef murder business.
What was it?
Just imagine what happened if you got Octomom pregnant, and then you'd be in trouble.
Oh yeah, the woman will turn it into quads. But yeah. She just takes that egg and like splits it up, and fucking, all of a sudden you got like half a basketball team.
Think about the snipers.
You've got more than a basketball team. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you got a good rotation set
I
up.
didn't think she could pull off 8 every time. I was just.
They don't have to play that many minutes.
You've almost got a fucking baseball team, my friend.
If she pitched, he could play the field.
But back to Casey Anthony. No, man, I just don't want the long-term side effects of that kind of crazy on my resume.
Syphilis.
Syphilis?
Yeah, she's probably got something else too, because she likes to party and she likes wiener.
Oh, she was partying when the kid was missing.
That's why she killed the kid. That's why. She's like, oh, what is this thing? I can't party anymore? Screw that. I'm Casey Anthony. I'm going to go party. My kid died, whatever.
How did Casey Anthony
what
come
surprises
up?
me the most about that case?
Do we
is
have
they
like
found
current
the baby-
events from 2011?
Yeah. Yeah,
What surprised me most is they found the baby like 5 feet from her grandma's house. Like, seriously, they didn't search that area?
It seems obvious in retrospect.
All right, now that we have all agreed to have sex with a murderer,
No,
except for Woody, of course, a child murderer.
Well, my contention was if I was at a bar and I saw her and I knew nothing else about her, yeah, I'd hit it. But
No,
then
my
once I found out she's
contention
a crazy
Oh,
child murderer,
you're half-assing it, Lefty. Come on now.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lefty, this is
We're not in an
Painkiller
alternate
Already.
reality where you don't know who Casey Anthony
Have
is.
you not followed my lead? I whole-assed this stuff.
Yeah, you've got to imagine that Wings is like a big genie, and you rubbed his belly, and then he gave you this wish to have Casey. Yeah, he would make that noise. Casey Anthony pops out in like fog, and he's like, "Will you have sex with the child murderer Casey Anthony?" And you're like, "Yeah, let's get it
sound
on."
like Jor-El from Superman at this point.
Yes, you're Jor-El from Superman, exactly. And
Wings,
there's-
can you point your camera a little lower?
I like that light up there.
I don't want to get my stomach in the picture.
Your stomach's not in the Wings, you look so goddamn sexy. Look at you.
Oh,
Smile for the
yeah,
camera for
you're
just a
I
beautiful,
moment
want you to
here.
get that stomach
Oh
in
my-
the picture. I want you to get some oil. All right, some good.
You know, just take your shirt off at this point.
I can
really.
see
I
the
mean,
comments
heat
rolling
lamp.
in.
And a
Wings of
heat lamp.
Redemption, freaking cervix pounder junior.
I want a heat lamp and some oil.
You know what? Casey Anthony would fuck you.
That's
Yes.
right.
Somebody stole my joke.
What
Seriously, on Netflix. Was Jim Norton. He stole my Pussy Destroyer 69 joke from Painkiller Already.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, what? Some guy
In the reason I'm not being conceited about this, he did a cow fucking joke, and then he did Pussy Destroyer 69.
Dude, you're the root of all comedy. They're just derivatives.
This is
of
on
you.
his HBO special on Netflix.
Really?
Check it out. It's toward the end.
He's watching our stuff. There was a guy, I forget his name, but I did a vlog with Hope where we went to see Taken 2. Are you guys familiar with Taken?
Yes.
We are.
All right. So for anyone watching who's not, the basic plot is this guy is divorced and he has a daughter that he loves very much. They kidnap his daughter and he calls him, and he's the one that says, look, I had this certain set of skills. I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you unless you release her now. And so basically, kid removed from parent tracks down and finds him. And I'm explaining this to Hope. She wasn't familiar with Taken at all, but we're seeing Taken 2, so I'm giving her a little background. And she's like, oh, it's like Finding Nemo for grown-ups. Nice joke, right? It kind of worked. Everyone liked it. Like a couple hours after the video uploads, some guy with like 700,000 Twitter followers tweeted out her joke. He stole it from Hope. Yeah, totally ripped it off.
Who stole it?
Yeah, he's like, I think Taken 2 is like Finding Nemo for grown-ups. I was like, that's totally Hope's joke. Everyone started sending it to me. Like,
Yeah, that's a pretty obscure reference. I mean, that's not like...
Yeah, he probably didn't come up with the same conclusion at the same time, like right after my
let it go over
upload.
the head if you didn't do a cow fucking bit right before it.
Wings, you should go after him. Get some of that comedy money. Be like, hey.
Yeah. What you do is you tell Joe Rogan.
Gangster's Paradise wouldn't have happened. I mean, Ice Ice Baby wouldn't have happened. Let him have his creative rights.
Tell Joe Rogan. Get on the Joe Rogan Experience.
That was my thing. Yeah, Joe Rogan.
I just stole it from you.
I want the Joe Rogan.
Oh, you bastard!
Yep.
Jim Norris is much bigger than I am, so.
No, he's not. That guy, he's like 100 pounds smaller.
No, I'm not talking about that. More than 100 pounds.
How is it that as soon as Woody said no, I knew exactly where he was going with it? I was like, oh.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Welcome to PKA, bitch. No punches held back. Speaking of which, Wings of Redemption, you uploaded the world's most epic video today.
I did. The bad part, this is the second time I've uploaded a video like this. I also had one called the Supercharged Grandma because she sounded like she had a blow-off valve when she was snoring. She was like...
Wait, so this isn't the first time you've surreptitiously videoed your grandmother sleeping? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not.
Wings uploaded he got a new camera today. For people who care, a Canon T4i. And there it is, shotgun mic mounted on the top. Nice.
Pretty.
So Wings got a new camera, and he wanted to test it out. And he filmed his grandmother sleeping. And the way he told it to me, he's like, it's a 2-for-1. I get to test both audio and video quality because the woman snores like a freaking lumberjack. And
She cuts the trees down.
She cuts the trees down. Anyway, I didn't catch the upload, but Kyle reaches out to me. He's like, have you seen Wings' new video? You got to see it. You got to see it. And we're both like watching it together. And we concluded that this is going to be the next YouTube sensation.
Yes.
Like videotaping
This is bigger than
sleeping.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
This is bigger than the Harlem Shake.
Bigger than Harlem Shake.
We want all of you out there to start filming your grandmother sleeping.
Yes. Film your grandmother sleeping and upload
It's called granny napping, okay? It's granny napping, and we want you down, okay? We want videos of your grandmother sleeping. So get out there, get your iPhone out, get your cell phone, whatever you got. Maybe you got a camera, whatever. It doesn't matter. You better film your grandma sleeping. Any older woman, really, over the age of 55, we will be satisfied. No
50...
fake bullshit, though. That doesn't count.
Yeah. Don't you go dressing up your sister as a grandma or something. It needs to be legit granny
And your
napping.
grandma needs to really be asleep.
Not dead. We don't need dead grandmas.
We have no problem with dead grandmas. That's actually the next step.
That's legit. But it Wings up. It was just her sleeping, and there was nothing. Oh, he took a little bit of his scraggly dog in the side, right? Mm-hmm. So he's got snoring grandmother, dog like shaking off fleas or something like that, and then that was it. That was the whole video, and it was like I don't know if this is the worst video ever uploaded to YouTube or sheer brilliance of like granny napping.
Granny napping.
Granny napping.
Granny napping's legit, bitch.
That's what it is. See, Wings, my thought was, it's like, of all the things to test,
You're doing a video quality test right?
with your camera.
There's
Of
no
all the
flowers
things,
outside. There's no running
Right.
engines. There's no like dogs. Yeah, I guess there was a dog, but like no one's sprinting across the grass. Yes, yeah, gangster grandma.
did you see that on the way out the door to film other things? And you're like, no, this is better. Or was this from the start?
This is YouTube gold. Wait a minute.
Like, oh man, I know YouTube Gold when I see it. This is it right here. Screw flowers, screw the park. We're filming this, and it's going up right now.
No children, no video log, no. It's a video log, but she's sleeping.
Now, does she know? Does she know that you put this video up of her?
I did. I showed it to her, and I took a picture of her face as soon as I did it.
Okay.
Was she receptive? Was she like, that's funny?
She didn't have her teeth in or nothing.
Oh God.
So,
But was she okay with it? Was she like, oh,
Did she
that's
smile?
pretty funny?
I'm with it. She loves being on camera.
You need to
All right.
tweet that picture out.
I
Gangster grandma smiling with no teeth.
I did tweet it out. I'll tweet it out again.
All right. Yeah, man. I saw. I've watched it a couple times now. I showed it to my wife, and she's like, "I think she has sleep apnea." I'm like, "Honey, I don't think you're getting the brilliance of this video. Like, I don't think you're fully understanding the comedic genius in it." And she's like, "No, I'm concerned. I mean, she's not getting restful sleep, and that was her big thing."
Restful sleep's the last thing my grandma needs to worry about.
Oh man.
Been addicted to cigarettes since age 9.
Make your own granny napping video and be sure to tweet it out to the PKA crew. We want to see.
we want to see.
You know what'd be cool about the picture I snapped? If somebody made like a lag meme for it. Like, what? Lag?
And don't pussy out and just send me a picture of an old woman sleeping. I want video evidence.
Yeah, it's got to be video, and
I
ideally,
want them in the
story.
retirement home. I want you to go visit your grandma in the retirement home and videotape them.
I don't care where you go. Retirement home, hospice, maybe the intensive care ward of your local hospital.
God.
You do whatever you got to do. I want some old women sleeping on footage, on video. I want to see it. If there's one of those heart
Get out of the
monitors
way with
beeping,
your morphine making this person comfortable. I need to film this.
No,
Yeah,
more morphine. She's not snoring yet. Put her down.
Ooh.
No, not put her down. God, that was your sick head, not mine.
Right, Dr.
Well, you're at a
Kevorkian.
hospice in the first place. They're already dying.
All right, you bring up a fair
Hospice
point.
talk. Hospice talk.
Hospice talk. That's a scary I remember I had surgery when I was like 15 or something like that. And my surgeon's mom just got moved from a hospital to a hospice. And that concept blew me away. He's like, when you're your age, I'm a mid-teenager. He's like, they fix you and they do whatever they can. They take any, anything they can do, heroic measures, and they will try and make you, back to whole again. He's like, when you're my mom's age and things aren't going right, they take you out of the hospital, they give up, and they put you in a hospice to die. And that had just happened to him, like, around the time I had my surgery. And I was like, they just give up on humans? Like, that's a thing? And sure enough, that's a thing. They will put people in a hospice and let them die comfortably.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of death, did you guys see
Downer.
did you guys see the little baby that got shot to death by the two guys in Georgia?
In Georgia? That sounds like a Florida trick. Like
Yeah.
that's something the Florida man would do.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Tell us more.
The dog is barking. I'm trying to avoid it.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, a 41-year-old mother had her 13-month-old son, and two suspects. One, DeMarcus Elkins. Don't say anything, Lefty. 17 and 14.
That's a good one.
That's perfect. DeMarcus, God, Lefty's got his idea. I didn't even think of that.
17 and another subject was 14, came up to her demanding money and brandished pistols. They end up shooting her twice and end up shooting the baby to death.
Damn.
That sucks, dude.
Why would you shoot the baby? Like, seriously, you can't even identify you.
Because you're a psychotic criminal.
They probably didn't mean to shoot the baby.
How you not mean to shoot a baby?
I mean, they're little. I'm just saying.
Was she
He's
holding
in a
the baby?
stroller. Like, I'm a bad... I'm a
Oh,
bad...
that's different. I'm imagining her holding the baby. and
Right, I
really
pictured like a
her.
baby
No, she's
Bjorn.
got him in a stroller, pushing him along.
Wow,
Oh.
so they purposefully shot the baby. Is that the deal, you think?
You have to. How do you shoot a baby in a stroller, strapped in, from close range?
Maybe she held the stroller up as bulletproof protection.
It's possible.
Wasn't very effective.
No,
She lived and the baby didn't. But wouldn't it go through the baby?
it depends on the caliber.
Oh my God! Stop! Stop!
Yeah, I mean,
Stop where you are right now.
a 22 might not get out the other side.
Oh God, no! Just
Did
stop.
Kyle shoot a 22 magazine? 22 with a magazine one time?
Shot a magazine with a 22. Yeah, it goes right through.
Yeah, I was about to say you better get an unbridged dictionary.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude! Kyle had this idea, and I had to talk him out of it. He's like, "I'm gonna make a bulletproof vest out of magazines," and I'm like, "No, Kyle, no! Don't do that. Bullets go through magazines." He's like, "No, no, no! It'll be like Cosmo." And I'm like, "No, I don't care which mag. Like, it doesn't matter. I know Cosmo." He wasn't talking about the girls, and he's talking about it's a little bit thicker. Cosmo's a thick magazine. I think it's a terrible idea. And then he had this idea: I'll put wood glue between the pages, and now it will be a bulletproof vest. And he eventually tested, and it turns out bullets go through paper.
Lots of it. Lots of it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like this would work if you shot it at an angle. Now it's like 5 times as thick.
Well, I just remember I saw an episode of Law and Order where the kid had his backpack on, and that worked as a bullet. You know how kids used to wear them, kind of wear their backpack
Yeah, but
backwards
see, a
sometimes.
textbook is a lot better than Cosmo.
Well, yeah, okay.
Wait, wear a backpack backwards? Oh, you mean like it was on
Yeah,
his
like
chest?
you had the stuff
Oh,
in the
okay.
front, yeah.
I was like, has that changed recently? Are they no longer worn on the back?
Yeah. Anyway, they shot the kid, and the books protected him. So I was like, yeah, I bet you could make something like that. But it's stop at 22. 22 doesn't do anything. It's just 36 grains moving 800 feet per second. It's not that big of a deal. But in fact, it does go through quite a lot of Cosmo magazines.
One thing about entering adulthood, I'm thinking about the backpacks, is you lose track of fashion trends. Like I remember I was, and it doesn't take that long into adulthood. I remember I was 26. That was, I think, the age I started at Cisco. And this girl started, and she was 21. And she was complaining about somebody's socks. I forget if the style at the time was to wear them up tall or squish them down by your ankles. But she was like, why would anyone wear them that way? I mean, to make those socks right is so simple. All you have to do is, and then whatever the opposite of what he was doing is. And I was like, damn, I didn't even realize the fashion faux pas that he made. You almost have to like scope out and see what's appropriate and what you're supposed to be doing. Or you're a dad who wears white socks and dress shoes to mow the yard.
Oh, no.
No, that's not acceptable. But yeah, I don't get fashion. I mean, are baggy pants still in? Do people still do that? Is that a thing? Is everybody in the skinny jeans now? See a lot of that.
Yeah. I
Those are
remember
constricting.
when we went off-roading, there was a guy who wore girls' jeans. And we all made a lot of references to that. But then
See, that's Woody trying to tell you they made fun of the guy without Woody explicitly admitting that he made fun of somebody for wearing girls' pants.
We all knew it.
We all understood that he wore girls' pants.
and they
A
were.
lot.
They were like, I can't think of the brand anymore, but they were like, whatever, like Guess jeans, and they only came in girls. Like they didn't
Yeah.
have a line for guys. I don't know.
He's wearing like Bebe-Bays or something.
Could be, I don't know. And then this one guy brought his girlfriend along, and she's like, "Yeah, that's a thing. A lot of guys wear girls' jeans. They look tighter. They think that shows off their shape better." And I was like, "Damn, that's a thing." Like I thought he was honestly gay. Yeah, and I'm okay with gays, but he just needed fun making of.
We just needed to make a little fun of him, get the gay out of him. Then he was all good.
It's a trick. You get them laughing, they go straight as an arrow.
No, it wasn't gay bashing in my head. It was just like this guy was like perfectly macho in it was just like he bought the wrong jeans consistently.
Okay. Well, you were making fun of his fashion choice, not his
Yeah, I mean, he was
sexuality.
like full-on redneck. If you could picture a guy, right? He's abnormally strong. He's wearing hoodies. They're often kind of dirty. He shaves maybe every 12 days and wears women's jeans and Timberland boots. And you're just like, what's with the jeans? Like, they don't fit this package.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The guy's got farm ham from head to toe with women's jeans. A little Metro.
I don't know. Could never understood. Plus, I think I'm a little too tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So
The
this was
skinny jeans doesn't make any sense to me. I don't want them tight, right? That's not comfortable.
No, I need room for the cervix pounder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got equipment in there. It needs to breathe.
Exactly.
You can't be having that. That's why I'll say this about Woody, and I've been out and about with Woody enough times to pretty much say this conclusively. I've only seen him wear pants on very special occasions.
It's gotta be freaking cold.
For Woody to put pants on, it either has to be a really fancy
There's
get
snow on the ground.
or there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like a flurry, because in a flurry, he'll roll out with the fucking shorts. It has to be like 8 inches of snow, blizzard conditions, then the pants come out. Not only that,
And by
I'm
the
not
way,
sure if he owns any sneakers. He rocks the sandals. This man, and short sleeve t-shirts. Like it'll be like 40 degrees and the wind's blowing, and I look over at him and he's just like Encino Man or something. He just doesn't get
yeah, I'm cold, right? Like I recognize that it's cold out. I also recognize if I were to be outside for a long time, negative things would start to happen. But I'm only outside for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Shut up. You'll be fine.
I just imagine I don't think that something's going to happen when I'm at Applebee's that's going to require me to survive in the cold for hours at a time. That doesn't mean I'm wearing shorts. Okay? I wear my pants just in case I got to stand outside for half an hour. It could happen.
Yeah,
car
and
could
if
break
it
down.
does,
We
I
could
won't
die.
say a word. I just like it. I see these guys. They're all in Boston. Apparently, Boston's cold right now, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so freezing." I'm like, yeah, but like acknowledge the cold and move the hell on. That's
Woody, let's be realistic. Like, what if you did, like, I don't know, flip your truck off the road or somewhere, and you had to
You won't
walk
flip
the
his truck
highway?
because it's better than yours.
yeah. No, Wings, my truck
Truck off.
isn't like yours. If I were to flip my
Your truck is impervious to flipping.
well, I have a winch on the front. I'd hook it up to a tree nearby, and I'd unflip
Yeah,
it.
but when the cab is crushed, that ain't gonna do you no damn good getting help.
No, you'll be fine, dude. You can drive with
Newman
the
was
crushed
able
cab.
to do it, and he
Yeah.
had Raptors after
I've got a
that.
high lift in the toolbox to uncrush the cab and drive home. Kyle, do you remember when you needed to jump?
Yeah.
I was at Kyle's house a while back, and he needed a jump. So his car was like off on the side. It's like a 45-degree angle hill or something. I put that bitch into 4 low, and I'm like pulling around up and doing all this stuff. And then like my jumper cables, I'm pulling out like axles and CV joints and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not just ready to.
Why don't you do-
He's ready to fix it.
Why don't you do what I did, Woody, and buy a 35-foot jumper cable and do all that?
that's not nearly as badass as what I did. Yeah, no, like there's
I have the jumper cables.
there's FJ80 full floating axles like sliding around in my bed as we bring out the jumper cables, and we started them and we went on our way.
That can't be good for your wheel wells, dude.
What? My wheel wells?
If you have friggin' back axles off of like dune buggies and shit rolling around there, what? They're like 400 or 500 pounds.
No,
No.
I can carry them with one arm.
Yeah, they're not that heavy.
No, this is the axle, the in part, not the housing.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I don't carry housings around in the back.
No, that's insane.
That would be extra badass, though. I would give you credit with that.
I've got a whole rear end in the back. What's up?
Oh, what do you need there? You need a new transmission? Oh, yeah, I got that. In the back.
I carry a black box on my truck too, with all the little goody toys, but I don't have no axles.
This truck talk makes me want to go off-roading again. That's when I really got into all this car
Hey,
stuff.
we can go off roading, Woody. I'll just sit in your truck because my truck ain't gonna get dented up.
I was thinking of the buggy. Man, I had a good time with that. You know my challenge with off-roading? It was getting along with everybody. Like, that was the hardest part. I felt like, so I was like this Yankee, and everybody else, like in my little off-roading circle, like there were two differences. One, I'm trying to say this without being like a total jackass, but they didn't have white-collar incomes. So, like, that just created like a separation between us. And two, they were like real Southern boys. And I would show up in like the whole uniform, like I bought the Carhartts and stuff. But
Did you tell them that you could beat them up?
no, I had
That would effectively knocks you up a tier.
I mean, it was known, right? Like, I was like actively training at the time, But what I didn't like beat anybody up or anything. But
Hey, all you gotta do is like
Wings is like, that's how we get along down
he
here. You
spits
should have
you in
whooped
the back
somebody's
at your
ass.
feet, boy. Get that little pussy machine out of my yard.
It's like the first day
I
of
can beat
prison.
you up, right?
It's the first day of prison. You just got to assert your dominance. Just go after the biggest guy
Go
and
to the
whoop his
biggest
ass.
bearded motherfucker out there and just knock him right into a Chevrolet.
I just felt like it was a closed group. Like, they were deep Southern boys, right? Like full on, like rich accents, and they would say they say tire in a really different. How do you say Kyle? You can
Tar.
do it. Tar, yeah, like TAR is how it's pronounced, and I legitimately just
Like tar, I got a tar.
there were
Got a flat
times
tire. A
I
flat
was-
tire.
Oh,
See,
a tire, yeah, tar.
If you were to say you had a flat tar, I think I'd make that process. But there were often times where I'd be like, come again, and we'd be talking over CBs at times, and they're trying to tell me something. And
I think you're speaking to me.
yeah, it's like, first off, and that's what I would say, but I'm thinking your accent is very much non-conventional. And then the CB audio is making it
staticky.
even worse. Yeah, it's not clear. So, it's bad mics, right? So, anyway, yeah, and they'd have to repeat themselves a lot. And I think that I couldn't be one of the guys. And that was one of the hardest parts about off-roading for me.
And making fun of the guy with girl.
For some
also
reason I
kinda
feel like
drove me.
I would be isolated like Woody. People say I have the Southern accent, but mine isn't as bad as some of my other brethren.
It's not. There's a hint of Southern. I could identify that you're from the South, but I don't have any trouble understanding, what you're trying to say. These
I can
guys,
tell you that I have a flat tire, and I need help changing it.
Yeah, these guys were.
I know some
completely-
people you can't fucking understand.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Like those swamp people when they need subtitles to.
Yes.
Yes.
I know people like that.
Yeah,
That's not English anymore. If you're speaking some broken ass dialect that they need to hire somebody special to figure out what the fuck you're saying to put subtitles on, you're not speaking English anymore.
Are you directing this toward black people, Lefty? Is
No!
that what's going on right now? Is that where this is being directed?
Wait for me to use the
Our-
South Carolina.
Because Ebonics has been accepted as a dialect, and you cannot just round up an entire race and tell them that their version of English doesn't count.
God damn it, Lefty.
Painkiller Already wants to apologize. We showed Lefty some badass mall cop before the show, and he just can't get it out of his mind.
Yeah, the
you
guy
kept
got an
seeing
erection
that black
over it.
woman get tased, and he was just like, "Yeah, take it." Just over and over. That's all I kept saying. He was getting really pumped up though. His eyes were bulging. He was kind of flexing a little. He enjoyed it.
He was. He's like, yeah, get the trigger.
Yeah.
He's Lefty.
Just
I can't help
horrible
myself
things.
sometimes. I see interracial violence and I just pop a chub. I can't. It's crazy.
Kyle's interesting though, man. If you were to drop Kyle in Boston, he would just fit in, let's say a sophisticated section of Boston, right? He would just fit in amongst all the millionaires and, sip his champagne or whatever. If you were to drop him in my area, suburban North Carolina or whatever, he would just fit in right there and be kind of a regular middle class, whatever, computer programmer type dude. You drop him in the deep South, he fits that too. The guy can transform and be one of the guys in any atmosphere.
I don't know. I never tried the Yankee stuff.
It's you just gotta, I don't know, you gotta get over that bullshit, that misconception that people have of oh, this group's better than us, or I'm really not gonna fit in with these people. Just be one of them.
I didn't have no trouble in Los
There aren't any
Angeles.
special people. Yeah, I've been from Los Angeles to New York and been really really fancy places. And I've also been like covered in shit on a dairy farm before.
I
So.
felt really awkward in Los Angeles, especially when when the guys were wearing blazers and short shorts.
Dude, oh,
I didn't know what to say. I'm like, you don't see this shit in Conway.
yeah. So we were in West Hollywood in particular. This is where he's talking. If people don't know, West Hollywood is how do you gently, Lefty?
It's pretty gay.
Yeah, thanks, Lefty.
They got a lot
That's
of
what I'm
A lot
going
of
for.
gay.
The history, actually, I'm told this, so I hope I'm right. Is it used to be like a really bad sort of like ghetto neighborhood, something Lefty would despise. And then the gay guys moved in and fixed it up and made it nice. I think that is the history.
I've heard that as well.
All
Heard
right,
that as
yeah,
well.
yeah. So it could be right, could be wrong. I don't know, but that's the commonly told story.
Yeah, a guy was driving me through there one time for some kind of a meeting, and I had never been there. He was like, "Yeah, this used to be a really rough part of town. Now you look at it," and he's just like, and you look and look up, and there's like rainbow flags flying, and yeah.
Yeah. So, but I was looking at it and I was like, man, if I was gay and I was, active in the gay community, I think I'd have to hit the gym a little more. Like these guys are fit.
Yeah, these guys look really, really good. They're sculptors of the body.
Yeah. And not just, look, if you're hot, if you're rocking a six pack and you're 18, whoop-de-doo, right? Lots
You're
of guys.
supposed to have a
guys are
fucking
like
six pack
44.
when you're 18.
Yeah.
You get to 25 and you rock a six pack.
Right. And these guys are like 38 rocking a six pack
Yeah,
in West
yeah.
Hollywood. That impresses me. And the same thing with girls, by the way. Like, oh, are you a hot 17, 19-year-old girl? Yeah. Yeah. You represent like a fourth of your population. Try being a hot 39-year-old girl. Now you've pulled something off.
Yeah.
That's that's
I think that was
common.
quite possibly the creepiest "yeah" I've ever heard from Kyle.
I just had a little flashback there. You guys got to come along for the ride.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
had
isn't it kind of funny that West Hollywood's at the base of Beverly Hills? Is that like the rich person's like toilet or something?
Well, that's a horrible way to put it.
I'm talking about before it was a gay like neighborhood, it was like a ghetto. Like, why is the rich neighborhood and the ghetto right beside each other?
That's not that uncommon.
It isn't uncommon. That's the whole point. Like, do the rich people just like looking down at people?
I don't know. There's probably actually some studies on that in like city planning and.
I know Manhattan's really nice because they don't let any
Here's
of the
something
homeless
I've
people
noticed.
live there.
That the poor section is always the center of town. Why?
I don't know anything about that.
Where's the poor section in your town at, Kyle?
We keep them in an area unto themselves.
They all are in an area. They're like little containment camps, but they're always like either a 9th or 10th Avenue, somewhere in that ballpark.
No, it's I can't. I'd rather not say the road name out loud, but it has an animal in it. It's a weird name.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s Boulevard.
No, Lefty. No, Lefty. I said an animal. Lefty.
It's gotten to that point where you guys just say racist things, and then I'm
And then it
responsible.
turns into you. Yeah, like we don't even need your compliance anymore to be racist.
No.
We're just gonna say racist shit and then pretend like you said it.
Lefty, when you came out as a hardcore racist, you gave us this power. You gave this to us.
You did. License.
Yeah, Lefty. It's.
We have this now.
I lost my train of thought.
Well, Wings and I were playing like Arma 3. He's like, "Why are you playing this colored music?" I'm like, "Wings," and he's like, "What? You said it." I'm like, "No, I didn't. That was you. You can't say that."
You guys got to see my character's name.
What is your character's name in Armor 3?
I named him Lefty's black friend.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, but that's how you know it's a fictional character.
Yeah.
Oh, and again and again.
But what I was gonna say in Manhattan, there were no homeless people, and I was like, "Where are the homeless people?" Because like every other major city I've been to, they're everywhere. I'm like, we sent them all to Brooklyn. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like rounded them up and pushed them down? Yeah, just rounded them up, pushed them down there. I think they literally rounded them up,
I bet they did. I bet they had like
buses or
the
Suicide,
little police
like free
paddy
seat-
wagons,
Paddy
that look like
wagon.
U-Haul trucks.
Yeah.
They just put them in the
They
back.
paddy wagoned up all the hobos
They
in
drove them
Manhattan.
30 miles, and what are you gonna do? Walk back?
Yeah.
A couple rounds of that, and you're
Be my
done.
guest, asshole. I can do this all day. I got a truck.
No. Have you not recognized this runs on diesel? Like this, she's got 400,000 miles left on it.
But I didn't believe it at first because somebody told me. I was like, yeah, sure. And I kept walking around Manhattan thinking I was like, any minute I'm just gonna find the rough part of this little part of town here. But no, it never happened. It was just
Manhattan's
people
gotten
everywhere.
less scary. Like they cleaned it up. Like
Yeah.
there used to be strip clubs in it, and there might still be, but they were like rougher strip clubs. And I felt like when I walked around New York when I was like a teenager and stuff, you had to have this like crazy look, like ready to fucking flip on anyone at some point. And now it's like whatever. It's Manhattan. Everybody's a tourist. You're there to see Broadway. Woohoo!
yeah. There was nothing intimidating about Manhattan. At all. I was thinking like, I've been more afraid in L.A.
But Manhattan's badass though, isn't it? Like it's dude. New
I
York
find-
City is. I hear about cities, right? And to me, like let's define any city as a name brand city if you've heard of it before, right? Like
Yeah.
Tulsa, Dallas, L.A., Detroit, Manhattan or New York City, Philadelphia. To me, these are all name brand cities. Like everyone's heard of all those cities I've mentioned, especially if you're American. And but like you go to say Philly, for example, and there's a tall building section that would fit in New York, but it's whatever, like 10 blocks or something like that. If you go to Chicago, that's a legit big city. If you go to LA, it's smaller. Raleigh has like 5 tall buildings. If you go to New York and see like a 54-story building, it is not notable. Those things are a dime a dozen there.
Yeah.
And they go on for miles. New York is so huge. It is...
You can get claustrophobic standing on the city street because you finally realize that you cannot see outside the buildings. You are literally in a concrete jungle.
Yeah. They're like the concrete jungle. I don't know. Just imagine trees that went up stories and stories. It is the smallest sky you'll ever see. You know, it is just buildings above you towering. New York is a sight. If you haven't been there, like if you've been to, I don't know, Philly, I keep knocking poor Philly, and you think you know giant cities, you don't, man. New York is another league.
It's absolutely enormous.
It's enormous. And, you know, if you think Raleigh's a city, like Raleigh, so Raleigh's my home city, right? That's the one that I'm closest to. I live outside Raleigh. And it's fine. But if Raleigh was in New Jersey, no one would notice it. Jersey City's more legit than Raleigh, yet somehow it's less well known. It just lives in the shadow of Philly and New York.
Here's the question I want to know. I wonder what part of LA Kyle was scared to be in.
Oh,
I don't know. There were a lot of black people there.
Lefty, relax.
No, I'm not saying that to be racist, but there were literally.
I mean, I ain't trying to be racist with this.
There aren't any
South
white
has a lot of black
gangbangers
people.
in LA that I saw. I did see some African American gangbangers, and I remember we ended up on this like. I don't know where the fuck we were or how we got there, but I looked to my left, and there's like 3 LAPD cop cars, and they've got like 5 guys out there searching them, and like they've already put 2 of them in the car, and it's like, okay, they just caught a bunch of drug dealers over there. They're gonna get them. And then to my right, I see like 2 cop cars like hauling ass, chasing somebody in the other direction. I'm like, where the fuck are we? This is like Grand Theft Auto. I went out. I was like, get back on the fucking highway.
Dude, so at the dance-on thing, right? So I did this dancing competition, and it was in Hollywood and yada yada. Anyway, I stayed at this hotel. Beautiful place called The Standard. Apparently, it's well-known and, like, it's a legit fancy hotel. But the rehearsal place was this dump of a thing. And we would drive past, I would guess, in our, like, 15-minute drive, a good 1,500 homeless people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of homeless people. Just, they're like on the sidewalks 4 deep for blocks and blocks. And they're like, how do you like LA? And it's like, I have never seen this kind of poverty. This isn't American. Like you'd expect this to be Ethiopian. Chill, Lefty. I'm just talking about, demographics. There was so much homeless, hunger, poverty there, and you don't know why they got that way. Like, how many of them are crazy? How many of them are mentally ill? And it's LA is I guess an attractive place for the homeless.
The only thing I was scared of in LA was the cab driver that we had going back to LAX.
Why is that?
That motherfucker was going 90.
That's the quality I like
5
with my cab
people in the
drivers.
car.
Yeah, I like my cab drivers to get it on a little bit.
Yeah, Woody's not fuck around. Woody will tell a cab driver if he's doing the wrong thing.
Do I really?
Oh yeah.
What did I say? Can you think of something?
I love that one where like we were in Boston going for the second dinner after fondue. We went to the Capitol Grill with Joe, and like our cab driver was supposed to be following another car, and he fucked that up. And then he turns around and asks us where to go. And we're like, we don't know. That's when we told you to follow that car.
I don't remember.
And that's the start of the story of how Woody beat up a cab driver.
I'm just saying, like, we had me, Blade, Woody, and White Boy all in a damn Crown Vic, and he's going 90. I'm like, I couldn't drive in this town. These are like 6-lane superhighways, too.
My favorite cab driver I've had so far, and he was a quality cab driver, and it was in L.A., and I think he was fresh out of prison or something like that. And he was just telling us all about L.A. He's like, oh, yeah, all these hot girls come. They want to be porn stars. They don't even want to be movie stars anymore. They said that hope is set too high. They all aspire to be porn stars. And this, that. And he's going and he's talking. He says he liked the gaming convention because, the people there weren't so crazy or something. They were just regular guys. But
How do you just get out of prison? Don't you have to have a 10-year driving record to be a cab driver?
I don't know, dude. Maybe Kyle, were you in that cab with the
Yeah,
prison?
cool.
Was he just
it
out
the-
of prison, or was he a deeper ex-con? Like it was a while ago.
Wait, is this the one we talked to for a long time?
Yeah, he was
It was
older.
like a 30-minute drive.
Yeah. White boy
Yeah, I
might have
think-
been in the car. I don't remember.
It was
I murdered
after-
somebody about 12 years back, but I'm good now.
Anyway, he was an awesome cab driver and he drove well. Prius is everywhere in LA. That's like the standard cab.
I like when you get the minivan.
Yes.
I'm glad we didn't go to damn Prius.
Ever hope when you get the minivan that it's going to be the cash cab, even though you're not in a city that does the cash cab? You get in the car, you're like, please be the cash cab. Oh, no, it's not. Damn it.
I like
I'd love
if I had
the
to
cash
pick
cab.
though. Usually the car service with a
Crown Vic.
Crown Vic is just as cheap, or maybe $5-10 more. It's almost always better to do that.
Yeah. What is it? I had a topic I wanted to talk about. Should they legalize drugs?
Which ones?
Yeah,
See,
okay.
that's the thing too. Like, where does it start and where does it end?
Oh, let me drop some knowledge on you.
Oh no.
I've been doing a lot of marijuana research since my marijuana videos seem to do real well. In 2010,
Better than
2000
Sleeping Grandma? Because that's the new YouTube thing. You were going to be, when they linked to the original Harlem Shake video, you were going to be the original Sleeping Grandma video.
I'm hoping.
Granny napping.
This
You
is
got
what
your
the one
granny
that
napping.
started it all,
You
the
got your
groundwork.
granny napping.
You got to change the title now. You got to change it to Granny Napping Original.
Yeah.
Such a long tail on that.
You gotta make a granny napping original, dude. Change that up.
2010. This is United States only, so I don't have any Britain stats here. The United States Drug Administration said they pulled in $12.4 million in drug revenue. But it cost the United States taxpayer, between police hours and manhunts and drug bust, it cost us $1.6 billion to pay the police to get that $12.4 million. And this is weed alone.
It's
So
ridiculous.
I'm thinking, if you legalize weed, you save $1.6 billion.
I've thought about this recently, and you know what? It turns out that war is really taxing on the economy. It doesn't matter if you're battling Afghanistan, Iraq, Mexico, Colombia, etc. If you go to war on drugs, war on terrorism, whatever, it is a gigantic drain on the economy. What they do is they take a slice of your income in terms of tax and just dump it towards security forces. And it is a terrible, it is to be avoided at all costs. It should be a last resort. And I would like to strike peace with at least certain drugs. I'm not sure which ones to include.
I think
Obviously,
weed should be that one. Because look,
weed's the
1.6
first one.
billion, and then you tax it, you might make another $1.6 billion. And that's $3 billion
Make more
right
than
there
that.
toward the budget.
Kyle. But yeah. You tax it and you stop fighting it. That's two things. Oh, and by the way, the United States has like the largest prison system on planet Earth, right? Bigger than China. I just heard that today. I hope it's true. And
Why would you hope that's true?
because I don't want to get my facts wrong.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
different. That's totally different.
What are you wrong? Unsubscribe, you sucker!
I thought you were saying that you were like proud that our prison system was bigger than China's system.
But yeah. So anyway, apparently we have the biggest prison system, and that's a ton of money. When you get paid, by an employer, you almost don't realize how much they're paying you. They tell you make $8 an hour, but you think in your head, oh, I make whatever that is, $275 a week or something like that. That's what I take home. It's called the wage wedge. Employers consider you to cost $8 an hour, but you feel like you make $4 because of all the taxes and sales tax and all the stuff that's getting drained out of you. Anyway, that's where this is going. A big chunk of it is going towards enforcing drug laws for almost no reason. And the argument for prohibition of these drug laws, the argument for prohibition is that, well, if we made this legal, all of a sudden all these people would start doing it. We'd be making them feel like it's approved, like it's okay. And I bet... Imagine this. Imagine you talk to a cigarette smoker in the 70s. I bet he'd say, yes, I do feel like cigarettes are approved. There's ashtrays at every restaurant. It's all cool. Ask me if a cigarette smoker today feels like society approves of that decision. You know, they're like, dude, get your shit outside and don't you leave a butt on the ground. And this is the area in which I allow you to smoke. You know, this little corner here next to the trash can. Not in the restaurant, not in the bar, not in a park oftentimes. Like, what? You think you can smoke in this park? No, no, no. Our park has a smoking section for you by this trash can. Smokers cannot possibly feel, even though it's legal, that society is giving them the thumbs up on their habit. I think if we did the same thing with marijuana, you know, stopped fighting it, but regulated it, made it safe, made dosages that people can predict. If there were edibles in marijuana, I don't have any experience. I've never tried edible marijuana, but I know that it doesn't come in sizes that people consume, right? Like an edible brownie apparently is enough for like 12 people or 6 people or something stupid
15 maybe. I don't know.
15 people, right? If you were to give me an edible brownie and I didn't know any better, and this is a brownie with like edible pot and stuff, I would think I was supposed to eat a brownie, maybe 2. I've been known to have 2 brownies.
Maybe 3.
Brownies are good.
Yeah.
They taste good.
I'm a huge fan of brownies. Lefty doesn't like them. Lefty likes Whitey's. But but I like brownies. and if they were regulated and they came, like, you know, if there were like, if the government had some sort of say, then maybe a brownie would be like a human-sized dose of marijuana. And like, these things would all get worked out. You wouldn't be like going from joint to joint with vastly different like concentrations of, is it THG? Somebody help me. THC? THC. Thank you. Anyway, it just seems like it's the right idea all around. You get people out of jail. You stop making felons. And a lot of these guys aren't gangsters who are doing this, right? They're opportunists. They just needed a way to make a buck. They don't have any job skills, so this is the route that they took. It's not like they're hardcore.
Some of them are guys that just like to get high.
Sometimes, yeah, they're just the on the using side, but even on the dealing side, it's like for them, it wasn't a matter of being some sort of gangster thug who wanted to hurt you. It was just a sales position, you know. It was just like an order taking type gig. He wasn't like your traditional criminal, like I hurt you in exchange for my gain. Like that's a bad criminal. I sell you this drug that I'm not allowed to sell you is a different kind of criminal. Like, you know, he didn't even have malevolent intent, right? You know, like a moonshiner to me is not an evil person. And that's just old school drug dealer. So yeah, I don't see why this can't be legal. And, you know, and I have a daughter that I don't want doing drugs. So I'm processing this, like, you know, yeah, I think it should be legal. I think this and this and this. But don't forget, like, you're sending a message to kids, so take that seriously. And I've thought it through, and I still think that you can end the war on drugs, because ending wars is in general a good thing, and still let children understand that this stuff isn't for them.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't smoke, drink, or do marijuana. And it's not because I don't have the access to it.
Yeah, I don't have the access to it.
Make their decisions for themselves.
That's
no, we
not
talked
why.
about this last time about not being able to.
Yeah,
not knowing where to get drugs.
I couldn't score anything. Like it.
You'd go to Twitter, like, does anybody have pot in the North Carolina area? Hit me up.
Create my not a cop Twitter account. but yeah, dude, if like, I don't know what drug is easy to get. Is like ecstasy easier? Probably
Pain
pot.
pills are probably the easiest.
Pain pills? All right.
Yeah.
I can't score pain pills. I couldn't score anything. I have no
I think
ability.
weed would be really easy to get. Because, I mean, you go to like a concert, it'd be so easy to get weed at a concert. It's everywhere. You can smell it. The air is permeated with weed smoke.
I could find people smoking weed, but I don't know how I'd identify the dealer.
That's the thing about pot smokers, though. They're communal. You can go in and you're like, hey, man, what you got there? Really? You think I could have some? It will always give you some. It doesn't even matter. It could be... It could be like 3 black guys, and Woody could walk or Lefty could walk up with his uniform on and ask if he could smoke some of their marijuana, and they'd be like,
"Can you describe his uniform to me?"
No, that's good. No, we don't need that.
I believe he holds the rank of Grand Wizard in the United States Ku Klux Klan.
I wasn't sure if it was his formal one from the 1940s.
No. No, his SS commendations and record have been stripped.
That's just throwing Nazism on that one too.
That's what it is. Yes, Lefty's a member of many hate groups. It's hard to narrow him down to just one. I mean, there's some of them I don't even understand. Some of the United Socialist Party. I don't know.
Yeah, we're also starting one hating on aliens. They're not here yet, but we're getting started early.
Well, speaking about hating on aliens, let's talk about something else that wastes money. Border patrols.
Oh, wow! He transitioned from space aliens to like illegal aliens.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, you like that segue
right there? That's
next level.
That's granny napping kind of creativity right there.
Well, here's the thing. I watched this Penn and Teller thing. It's a show called Bullshit.
One of the best shows.
Yeah, it's a good show. And they paid 5 illegal aliens to build a fence. That's like, 10 feet high. It's not a fence that's going to block anything. So it's probably 15 feet left or right. And it took them about 10 hours to build the fence. 2 speculations of the United States Border Patrol. It took them less than 5 minutes to get over it.
Did they? How did they get over it?
1 dug up under it, 1 went through it, and 2 went over it.
I think only half of them went over it.
Well, half of them went over it, but they got past the fence. Because we spend, I don't want to give a bad number, but it's in the billions each year building fences on our border.
I don't know.
And the fences don't even connect. They don't interconnect. They don't go fence from New Mexico to into Texas. They're just sections of fence. There's big holes and gaps in the desert areas and stuff like that.
There's a portion, I think it's in Texas. I saw it. I've seen it. It still exists, I think. But the fence goes to the ocean, right? But like when low tide comes in, you can just walk around the fence. Like the fence doesn't go that far out or anything.
That's engineering in Texas. That's
what else are you gonna do?
It's
I don't know why border
they
control
keep great white whales in fucking in.
Think about how much money's
Why has it
wasted.
got to be white whales?
For papers.
Oh, great.
Why they got to be great? The great white whales, huh?
Yeah.
I combine great white sharks. With white
I
whales.
know. He's like, yeah, and those piece of shit white whales, we keep them away.
I'm not a marine biologist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, but listen, maybe I got some wrongful thinking, but maybe this is the answer instead of fences and like checkpoints. Maybe if you make it more of a benefit for them to actually get to become a citizen of the United States than to fly under the radar, more people would go that route.
This is a tricky one to solve on PKA.
I know it's not. We're not going to solve anything on PK, but
I know. Can we just armed guards to do the check?
I mean, like, obviously you got to have deportation and stuff like that for people that sneak into the country, but you're not going to keep people from sneaking into the country. For every 5,000 that you keep out, there's probably 20,000 that got in.
I think you could stop it. I think you could shut it way down. You just have to actually build the fence and actually put armed guards on it.
How you know how big of a border that is?
Yes, it's like 2,500 miles or something.
How much money are you willing to Iraq and be like, here, go do this.
I don't think it's that expensive
How
compared
about
to a
just
lot
make
of the
the
things that
system?
the
How
federal
about make
government
the
spends their money
backbone
on.
system better at identifying that you're illegal and identifying that you're trying to get benefits as not as a citizen, than paying billions upon billions of dollars for some guy to harass American citizens if they're from Mexico.
I have a money-making idea. I'm not sure if it's a good one, but you build the fence, kind of like a toll, right? And then you take those freaking body scanner machines from the airports and you let all the hot chicks through and put them on the internet with ad revenue. There you go. All the hot girls are allowed to enter the U.S.
All the hot illegal aliens.
Yeah, hot illegal
All the
alien.
hot illegal alien ass you can handle.
Yeah,
Well, how
hot
about
illegal
this?
alien tail will be pouring into the U.S. and you'll be watching it on the internet.
Have you seen Mexico's fence that they have on their southern border between them and Guatemala?
No.
No.
We need one of those. We should hire the fucking Mexicans to build us one, because they did a damn good job. Google that shit.
Build
on
a
it.
fence to keep your people out of our country, you
Yeah.
bastards.
Oh, the Mexican fence is legit, son.
Yeah, the Mexicans know how to build a fucking fence because they've been tearing ours down for so many years.
This thing looks like it's the part of the fence I'm looking at is like this rusty, like
What'd you
Iron
Google?
Age, like battle axe looking.
Mexico's southern border fence, and you can probably find some stuff of it. It looks like it's from the movie Dune or something.
Dude, they got like razor wire on the top, and the bitch is probably 15 feet high.
At least. And you telling me there aren't a few, federales riding around in pickup trucks with AK-47s, hoping you'll be coming across from
Yeah,
Guatemala?
but see, here's the thing about that fence and our fence. That fence has people that will shoot you and leave you in the desert. Our fence doesn't.
I don't know, man. It is Texas.
Maybe we could just, I don't know, make it easier for them to become citizens, because, I mean, that's kind of how this whole thing we got going on here started.
This
I'm
looks
just saying,
like an
just make it an
effective
easier
fence to
process
me.
become maybe have a work release program. Like, you want a better life here, come into this program, do the paperwork required, let us keep track of you, and we'll get you into like an entry-level job, but maybe cleaning roadsides.
I don't know what you're seeing. I see a good fence here, but it's not the thing of legends or anything.
No, but it'll keep a bunch of Guatemalans out. Those people are short.
I'm looking at his fence.
Now
like
who's the
15
racist?
high.
Chill, Lefty, chill.
No offense to our Guatemalan fan groups.
I just lost
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
But I mean, come on. You guys know you're short, right?
You know what I was thinking of doing? Like, you know how you can block certain countries from watching your YouTube videos?
Yeah.
I was thinking of blocking North Korea just to fuck with them.
Dude, how many views are you getting out of North Korea?
I have no idea.
Like
You
300.
can check it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
All right. You guys carry on. I'm going to check my Google Analytics.
You got to be careful though, because they'll come after your ass. I mean, there's a lot of speculation that North Korea is behind a lot of like the DDoS attacks in Asia, like all the like Asian media outlets and stuff like that are all going down. Their networks are being compromised, and there's a lot of speculation that North Korea is behind it. Just
North
because
Korea
they're
doesn't have the internet.
being dicks.
They barely have lights, or so they tell us, right? They tell us anything and we believe it. So let me look. Is it playback locations? No. Demographics, that's probably it. There we go. Search for locations.
Does it count? I mean, nothing. Like if you go to Google Maps and you go to North Korea, there's nothing there. Like they don't show anything. There's no roads, no highways, no. And I don't think there's anything for South Korea either. But it's just North Korea. It's just like the satellite.
I don't have
overhead
any
satellite.
North Korea views in the last year, as far as I can tell.
How about China?
Well,
Because I can get a few from China.
Oh, I don't have any from China either. What is happening here?
Block them. Screw them.
China doesn't have YouTube, dude. It's not. They're on restricted internet over there. The only people. If you get views from China, it means either you've got some like cool hacker who happens to be a fan who's able to get outside of China's network, or you've got somebody at one of the.
Well, that's it. Since it's not costing me any views whatsoever, I think it's time I put my foot down and stop letting
To
North
China.
Korea watch my
Good,
videos.
good China.
There you go. Just stand up to communism. Woody stands up to communism
There it
by
is.
blocking his
Let's take
videos
all
in
those
China.
countries out.
That's it. Those,
What about Venezuela? What about
think of
Venezuela?
all the North Korean boys will have no idea how to get out of the friend zone now.
Yep.
Good luck,
Yeah, good luck.
communist bastards.
Didn't China tell us that North Korea wants to nuke us?
I think
I
North
thought China
Korea,
was telling North Korea to stop it.
Yeah,
I think North Korea told us that they wanted to nuke us.
yeah, North
That's
Korea
what
doesn't
happened.
need a.
No, not. I mean, like, I came out wrong. China told us that North Korea plans on nuking us.
They told us that they plan on nuking us.
Yeah,
North Korea just says it.
North
It's
Korea's
not a
been
secret.
very dry. Do you guys notice how my fashion thing is going here? Do you see the collar?
Yeah, but you're looking at it wrong. Like, Jake is going to tell me he's going to hit me, but I don't believe Jake. But my buddy Tom said, "Yeah, Jake's about to knock your ass out." I believe Tom because I'm good friends with Tom.
We're not good friends with
China.
Tom.
They own us, pretty much.
They don't own us all together.
They own a lot of us.
They own
know,
like
10 times over.
30%.
So I'm about to expose my international economic idiocy. But if China owns us, if we owe them a lot of money, but we still have the superior military power. I mean, we do outspend them like 5-1 in
You
military.
throw the middle finger up like people
Yeah,
do. With
do we
bad debt.
really have to pay that back? I remember in high school, there was a guy who owed me money who was way bigger and stronger. So he didn't really owe me money. Like, he got to decide.
Well, he
whether-
owed you in the theoretical sense.
Yeah. But the reality was that it was really up to him to pay back.
I don't know exactly what China can do. I've been told that they can hurt pretty bad if they just say, okay, well, this stops, that stops. I don't know exactly how it's done.
Well, wouldn't that like rejuvenate the United States economy if China like shut down all its factories? Like you can't buy our goods
Because a lot of
anymore.
stuff comes from China, Wings.
I understand
a lot
that.
of it.
But a lot of stuff that comes from China used to come from America.
Right, but then for you, and that would happen eventually, but you would have to spend years retooling industry and repopulating cities.
The factories are still there, Lifty.
Right, they're still there, but you got to train people. You've got to get specs. You've got to get the textiles.
Factories are
and stuff.
designed
China
for
talk.
low-skilled workers.
You guys are going on about China, right? Meanwhile, I'm staring at Lefty's hair, thinking, what could be done with this mop of his?
Yeah, right?
It's gotten too long to do anything with.
Lefty, just because the show isn't
Wow,
live doesn't
Lefty,
mean
your
you can...
gigantic mane has completely concealed your real hairline.
Oh, yeah, this is it right here.
That's it.
Lefty right there looks like he has that drug from 90210. What is that called?
Lefty, you could rock, like if you shaved the sides, you could have a badass mohawk that's like 6 inches tall.
Yes, like the guy from what was that game on the island? Far Cry, like the guy from Far Cry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nah, no, I'm good.
And I'll cut your
No,
face
do
a
it,
little.
I think
do
I'll
it.
just get a regular haircut.
You
know
look
what? I'll get a bowl
so
cut.
badass. Just absolutely.
Yeah, Lefty, you've got an
hardcore
opportunity in front of you.
Aryan master race.
My
kinda
hair
look.
hasn't been as long as yours since like high school. There are a lot of things that you could do with that. You could do a giant mohawk. You could do a double mohawk leading in toward a V meeting in the center of your eyebrows. Like,
Okay.
why don't you step up your game? You work in the entertainment industry right now. I think
I'm not that entertaining.
you could.
What do we have to do to get you to dye it blonde?
How entertaining do you need to be for you to dye it blonde?
I want to see that hair blonde.
I wanna
No,
see
I'm
that
not
hair
dyeing it blonde to fit your Aryan like.
Yes,
No, it's not happening. I think through that.
totally it.
I've got hazel eyes. It won't work.
No, it'll work. It'll be
contacts.
good on you. You can
Contacts.
cut it short
No.
and dye it blonde. What will that cost?
Like if we could give you any level of fame, where would it have to be?
And then I want
In
you to
reason.
point at the camera with like a look of just hate on your face and just say Yuden.
No, I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
that.
What is
No.
Juden? It's not. It's
It
a
means
reference.
Jew in German, I'm pretty sure.
It's Jew in German.
Yes.
Okay.
Not doing it.
Yeah, dude. It's not
Lefty
as if
knew
I
that,
would
by the
upload
way.
it on a
Everyone who's
constant
watching,
level.
you can tell by Lefty's face, he immediately knew how to say that word.
No.
Yeah, Lefty totally knows Jew in German.
He's like, I knew how to call
It's just
you a
because
Jew
I
in
watched
every
Saving
language.
Private Ryan, and that's one of the scenes where they're leading German captives away, and the guy that, the actual Jewish actor that plays the Jewish guy in their group, he was saying, "You the." Or,
That is true. That is true.
that's how I know it.
Not from the meetings.
No, you see, I can't answer that question because they just assume I attend racist/Nazi meetings, and I don't.
So you're saying it's
Except for this
not-
show.
So you didn't learn that from
So you don't
attend-
attend them, you conduct them. You're letting. I understand you're the leader. Like nobody's trying to take away.
Yeah,
from
dude,
your,
we're not trying to knock your position in
your
this.
status.
We don't mean to
in-
insult
in the
you.
clan or any other hate groups that you may or may not be party to.
Still not happening.
Hey,
It's
did you hear
not
Modern
happening.
Warfare 4 was not going to be called Modern Warfare 4?
Called Ghosts or some shit.
Yeah, I've been hearing about. I buy it. Like so. Drifter said it, and he said he had a source that he trusts that he couldn't name, but whatever. Drifter's not really known to just like make up stuff and like go off half cocked. And then T-Mart said it like a month ago, but his was even more convincing for me. Like he's like, I've got two reasons, and then you could tell he totally laid out the first reason, and then there's like a bad audio cut, and he says, you know what? As I think about it, I don't think the first reason's public knowledge, and I can't share it with you guys. And you know how like when someone edits their audio, sometimes you can tell like the meter of their speech and like, yeah, I was talking about this. I've got two great reasons, and then like it comes back. Well, you know what? On second thought, I can't talk about that. You're like, whoa. Like minutes have passed.
They're closer to the microphone. It's a different audio. Yeah.
It's a whole different thing. So so that happened, and he's like, you know, the first reason I have is not widely known. Like I can't share that yet. And T-Mart is in with the people there. Like he knows guys at Activision. You know, he was involved in the writing of the strategy guide. He gets, you know, they fly him out there. He gets to play the game early, bastard. And you know, so he's got all that stuff sort of going on and cooking. Anyway, so the first reason he couldn't tell, he's like, but the second reason is more obvious, and everybody can know this. There's already a game called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So they're not going to come up with another game called Modern Warfare 4 Call of Duty. It's like, well, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Oh, yeah,
there.
that does. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, all they did is move the 4. You can't have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and then a few years later come out with Modern Warfare 4 Call of Duty. You got to have a new name. And it was like, yeah, that does kind of make sense. And then there's more. I have seen pictures from the Infinity Ward studio with it says like Ghost and then like 11/13/13 or whatever the release date is. And I'm like, oh, at the time I thought that meant the Ghost character was coming back, and it still might. But now I feel like it means the next game is going to be called Ghost. When I make like, wild stuff, I sometimes make videos that turn out to be wrong, but I give this like level of confidence, here's something I read off a site I never heard of, but it seemed legit. Or this is totally legit. It was from Von Harsh Twitter. To move along, the next Modern Warfare 4, I don't think it'll be called that. It'll be called Ghost.
Yeah, like it's like I think I pointed this out a few months ago. It doesn't make sense because they had Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and this one would technically be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. How are they going to organize that shit at GameStop? It's not going to work.
Yeah. Imagine asking your mom for that game. Not your uncle. Like, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I totally want Modern Warfare 4 Call of Duty. Like, all right. Yeah, your odds.
You're totally getting Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Exactly. Especially given that one was $5 and your uncle thinks he's got a plan.
Yeah. He's
I
like,
got
wow,
a deal on this one.
love that kid. He didn't even try to make me buy one of those $60, $70 ones.
Yeah.
$5 it is, little man.
A lot of people disagree with my stance on the freaking microtransactions, like Black Ops trying to get extra money out of you.
Oh no,
I think
that's a
it's
thing.
opening a floodgate for all the other companies to say, "Oh, we got the thumbs up to sell extra shit in our games too."
Yeah. First we charge you $50 a year for the DLC, and then we charge you for more DLC that we didn't tell you about.
Let me fill this one real quick. I was actually talking about this day with a GameStop employee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, if I buy a game on Steam, let's use Fallout for example. If I buy Fallout and I don't get the Game of the Year edition, I'm paying $15 for it, brand new, right now. They will sell me every DLC for that game for like $2 or $3 a pop. So that's what, a 66% depreciation.
Okay.
All right, Call of Duty, or their DLCs, they come out 4 or 5, and they're what, $15?
Mm-hmm.
66% of that was $5. So let's say realistically, to earn their money back off the DLC,
Each.
and they're not on the disc itself, the season pass should be somewhere around $28-30. So why can't that extra $20 I paid go toward the extra camos and shit, and actually get me my full value?
I got a little lost somewhere in the math on there.
I'm just saying, like,
But
obviously, like, the DLC is inflated because the map pack, which is halfway on the game anyway, doesn't meet up to the standard of like a Fallout, DLC. Fallout, you have voice actors, characters, story writers, whole new level designers, and they're $10. Whereas Call of Duty gives us 3 maps for 15. So the value for a dollar is already off. So let's say a realistic number is 66% of what it takes for that to make that DLC. That would be $5. For DLC is $20, and let's just add a little bit more on. Let's say $28-30 would be a reasonable price for a season pass for 4 DLC for Call of Duty in a world of magic and fairies. But they charge us $50. Why can't that extra $20 actually be like, I don't know, bacon camo and midnight camo, whatever the hell they want to put out there, instead of making me pay more money? When I'm paying more money and they see that I'm paying more money, other companies like EA, which is the first one that comes to mind, is going to start just breaking their shit down and selling to me in parts as well, because they do it all the time on the phone games to begin with.
I don't have a math argument in terms of like what the pricing should be. My argument is more emotional. It's like, look, I backed you guys on everything you did. I like Black Ops 2. I like all the COD games. I don't sit there and complain every time I die, like some commentators. Can you believe I got shot by some guy? This guy's a camper. This game is so horrible because there's a person in here that didn't play the way I want him to. I had a lag spike and therefore something terrible sucks about the game. I'm not ripping on this game at every corner. But even a fan, like someone who's normally on your side like me, is getting pushed back a little too hard when you start not including DLC in the season pass.
Yeah, I would say that's a little bit questionable. The whole, it's a season pass, you get the DLC for the season, but you don't really get all the DLC for the season. But in a vacuum, I don't really see a problem with microtransactions, even microtransactions on a fully retail priced game. It's when, like, that's in a vacuum. When it starts affecting things like the game's development, where, because we all know this is going to happen, EA and Activision is going to say, you develop microtransaction DLC alongside the full retail price game development. You do that, and they tell that to the developers. And when the microtransaction DLC starts shipping on the disc, or it's included in the download package on Steam, but you only get access to it when you pay the money, that's when I have a problem with it. And I think pretty soon we're going to get there. But right now, I mean, it's questionable that they're doing the whole, it's a season pass and you get all the DLC. Well, only the map.
See, I actually have less of a problem with what you're talking about than what I'm talking about. If they want to ship stuff on the disc that you have to pay extra to open, that's fine. Normal software works like that. You know, I worked for a company that sold multi-million-dollar software, and they sent the same disc to everybody, and then license keys that opened up different parts. You know, you might this is like ERP software, so you might buy the accounting portion and the manufacturing portion, but not the human resources part of the program. That's fine. You know, you just pay, you know, for the parts that you use. That doesn't bother me. To me, what gets me especially is I feel like they changed the story along the way. They said buy the season pass, you'll have the DLC. They may have just said maps, but it registered to me as like I'm pre-buying all the DLC, and then they come with new DLC that wasn't included in the pass. It's just like, that's not what the deal was. Kyle, we hear you typing. Are you Skyping a girl?
No.
Is she naked?
I'm not Skyping a girl. No, she's not naked.
Is he naked?
Oh, that makes more
Jesus
sense.
Christ.
There we go. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is it a he?
No,
she?
homophobic lefty, no.
No, you know, Lefty has his faults, but you're the one that likes trannies.
Oh, that's not even a true thing.
I forget how we had a PKA where you mentioned like a fondness for trannies so many times.
No, because
I heard something about a turbo
bringing up
tranny.
that
I know what kind of tranny that is.
We were bringing up that question where there was like the man who was totally feminine except for the fact that he had a penis, and the woman who was completely masculine except for the fact that she had a vagina.
I remember that. I brought that topic up. Buck Angel.
Yeah, dude, that dude.
My God.
The
That
one that is
dude
bald.
He is more manly than anybody on this call.
Yes,
if you
he
were to
is.
put us in a lineup and say which one of these guys has the highest testosterone level, which one of these guys is the one you want to protect you in case a burglar comes in, they would pick him over us. That guy vibed guy's guy.
If the burglar's black.
Oh my God. Who was the UFC fighter with the mohawk? I can't
Chuck
think of his name
Liddell.
right now. He looks like Chuck Liddell with a shaved head.
And more tattoos, I think.
And more tattoos. And ripped up like six-pack abs, muscular, hairy.
He completely vibes guy. But he poses nude. And there's no penis.
Nope.
There is a natural-born, regular-looking
Vagina.
vagina.
You know,
right
I just
there.
had a great $1 million idea.
No, you
Do
didn't.
Mr. Monopoly and have Buck Angel actually star in it.
Oh, God. That's just awful.
Post it on RedTube.
Just imagine if he could get pregnant still. How awkward would that be?
He'd be the
I don't-
most badass pregnant mom in the history of mankind. Or female kind.
I bet the
whatever.
father would like be hiding his face and shit.
He raped me.
You believe it too?
So where did we land on that? Which one would you rather
So
spend
this
time
thing is a
with?
female?
Oh, I found a picture of Buck Angel before the change.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Was it the one where she is wearing a coat and a white scarf?
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at pictures of Buck Angel right now. That is such a guy.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Here it is. It's what I found. You can tell by the eyes.
Oh. God, that picture's safe for work. I accidentally put it on the stream.
Ah!
Thank God.
You can edit it anyway. You can edit it.
I could have edited, but I don't need to. She's not doing anything that's revealing. I'm not sure that's the original Buck Angel.
There's a YouTube video of the transformation, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Hang on.
So wait. This is this person technically still a woman?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lady. I'm linking all you guys to the video. Just did that.
Oh, let's see this.
I'm afraid of where it's going.
It's a YouTube video.
So
Yeah,
it won't be dirty?
Just
No, it's
remember
not dirty.
when you click on it in the YouTube link, it's going to open up.
Oh my God! I just heard his voice for the first time.
I don't...
And the hormone
What
replacement.
a bad-looking girl.
For more information on my nutrition and bodybuilding,
Oh, wow.
please take a look at buckangelbodybuilding.com.
He has a high-pitched
More
voice.
information
I
on
know, it's like surprising.
buckangelbodybuilding.com.
Yeah. Because he
I was
looks like
expecting
The
like a
Rock.
biker. I was expecting like an alien marine type voice, you know?
Yeah.
We're gonna fuck these xenomorphs up.
Why does he have to include the nude picture in that video? Can't you find a regular picture of yourself where you're not shoving your junk out, whatever it is, in front of a camera? Can't you just be like, oh, here's one of me in a towel, not one of me spread eagle naked?
All right, so Lefty, we'll present the question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have sex with Buck Angel or like the opposite
Lion
of
trap.
him, a girl-looking
Lion trap.
person with a penis? You know, this would be a hot chick, right? This would be
Lion
like
trap.
Bailey
Say Lion
J?
trap.
like Emma Stone or
Bailey J.
Bailey J?
I don't-
Oh, yeah, I'd pop
who the
Bailey
hell
J.
is Bailey J?
That's Lion trap.
I know Bailey J.
It's the man who looks just like a woman.
Oh, dude, I'd probably
Yeah,
still
I'd do that instead of the biker
Wait,
chick.
White Wings?
I'd probably still do that.
Just for fun?
Just to see what it'd be like.
With the dude?
Dude, if the dude looks like that, yes.
He's got
Yes.
a penis though, man.
I don't care. I'm gonna be the aggressor.
So
Bailey J's like 5 foot something. I'm way bigger and stronger than him.
Yeah, I'd rather do. Like if I had to choose gun to head, I'd choose Bailey J over what's his face,
over Buck Angel.
over Buck Angel. Yeah,
Yeah, we all-
And a picture of Bailey J actually pops up when you Google image search. Buck
Yeah,
Angel.
this question has been asked before.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lefty wasn't there at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, I've looked at the pictures and stuff, and Bailey J, I think, is the one I'd want. I know she has a penis and everything, or he has a penis. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that's just more my type. I think the tranny.
I found a meme, and it's a really good picture of Haley J, with enormous boobs apparently now, and it says "hot chicks. Sometimes they have dicks."
I'm just wondering, like, what is Buck Angel's pickup line?
I bet that there are people who are into that, and there are very few to satisfy their needs. I
Yes.
bet you he's swimming in whatever it is that he likes to swim in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's the deal. I forget where. There was someone who was married to someone, you know, along his line. I think I heard it on the Savage Lovecast, which is like a podcast for sex help or something. And yeah, this person was like a trainee and he had a girlfriend, and there were like just so many girls lining up who wanted his particular kink. He had it easy.
Wow.
And she felt fortunate to be the one that landed him. So there it is, you regular vanilla people.
There's a bad luck Brian meme.
Yeah.
It says got laid last night, Buck Angel.
I saw the opposite one. I thought you were going to say it was finally gets a girlfriend, it's Bailey J. Like, that's the
Oh.
one I saw.
No, oh man, it's yeah. Hey, you know what? Whatever you got to do, Buck Angel, with your weight training and your tattoos and your cigars
And your vagina.
and your vagina.
We talked about cigar insertion last week.
Yeah, it all comes back to cigar insertion, huh?
Full circle. Full circle.
Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm done looking at pictures of this.
You all wrapped up with that?
I'm good.
He's done for now. He's made his
You know what?
bookmarks.
Next up to make up for it, Bailey J. All right, you guys continue on with the show. I'll be right back.
What do you need to turn off your webcam for this?
Oh no, I'm just looking. I'm just going into special mode or special place in my.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Lefty is testing out his VPN's power.
Yeah, I saw this Seinfeld episode where, Seinfeld was talking about like all the naked women in his spank bank, like his mental vault where he kept the images he pulled back later as he was getting his job done. And they're there like talking to each other, like, hey, how'd you get in here? Bent over to pick up bananas at the supermarket. How'd you get in here? Like, yeah. I rubbed his arm when I reached over for a pen at the counter, and it's like all these women in his head, ready to perform when it's time to get a loan. Some guy asked me this question on so I get a bunch of YouTube messages for Mail Monday, but they come all week long. It's just like a never-ending stream of questions. Some of them are way out there weird, and some of them are not. So I will present this one, which kind of rubbed in my head. We'll start left or right. Lefty on the left. He said this. He's like, he was a young guy, and he had just discovered masturbation. And his, like a visual, what am I looking for? His visual stimulation of choice were Facebook profiles of girls he knew. Is this weird? Is this bad?
Ooh, I don't know. It could be construed. It could very easily be construed as creepy. But I mean, fantasizing about women you know isn't all that weird.
It's exactly what I told him. It was like, so back in my day, we didn't have Facebook, but we certainly did the mental equivalent of it. I mean, tell me that you don't think about some girl in school or someone that you know in your real life. Like, tell me that, as you're doing this, and this is like the young single you, that you're not freaking, mentally nailing your dream cast of girls that you bump into. Now, that's aided by Facebook, right? And there's girls posting their summer vacation pics or whatever up there. And it's like, is it weird? Don't tell her. She won't be flattered. He asked that. That was like a corollary. He's like, if I told him that I was, getting off to their pictures, would they like that? No.
Maybe into the relationship about 4 months.
Man, even then,
you're taking a risk.
If you just walk up to him on a bait, it's like, hey, I punish the bishop to your Facebook profile pictures. How you doing?
They won't know what that means.
You should take those ones of your nieces and nephews out. They kind of ruin the flow.
Yeah, they're knocking it. But you, how you doing? Right? Like, I can.
She might not like. If you get really lucky and she's into it, you marry that girl. But if she's not, you're probably gonna, I don't know, get slapped with a lawsuit or something.
You marry the girl who's into you jerking off to her Facebook profile picture?
That's a keeper. Step up your game, Vanilla.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
Word of Lefty.
If she's down with you pounding the stone to, whatever, like, hey, here's me, my senior photo, and if you're like
to her Christmas party,
right? Like, oh man, I can see a little bit of the bra strap there. Then
yeah.
And
Wings,
if she's cool with that, she's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Wings, what would you take on this? Is it weird to spank the monkey to Facebook profiles?
No.
No?
Isn't that what Facebook's created for?
I've been doing this all along. This is I was like, oh man, this is great.
Kyle?
I figured girls are in on it. I mean, they take these pictures that are revealing and they put them as their profile.
She was asking for it with that exposed bra strap, right?
Yeah.
I guess I've got any real problem with it.
With the shirt half hanging off?
I don't have any real problem with it. I wouldn't tell her. It's probably not a good thing.
No.
Worse activities you could do.
Yeah,
like
you can go there sneaking into her house and grabbing her panties or something. You just stay at home on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's broadcasting those photos out.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the photos exist for the express purpose of people looking at them.
I mean, if you hack into her photo bucket, that's different.
That's different, and that's wrong.
And you should email me.
Yeah, it's different and it's wrong and it's a terrible idea to tweet Kyle with links.
No.
Don't do that.
No,
Don't send them that.
What about you? Okay, what you brought it up? So you don't think it's that weird?
Right. I
It all
thought it
depends
was
on how
just.
old they are too. Like if you're like a 40-year-old man looking at a 60
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about me, right? I'm talking about a young guy sort of just discovering, this stuff. He was like 13 or something. Like he was too young to be like really engaging in this sort of thing with girls, in my opinion. But in his own fantasy world, like here's what I told him. I was like, it seems like it's just the evolution of what guys have been doing forever, thinking about girls.
Yeah, back in Woody's day, they would take him get a milkshake and watch him suck on the straw.
And then memorize that shit and reuse that memory later. that was how we did it old school. And this is just to me an evolution of it. But I did warn him that if he starts venturing on to actual porn, that stuff does not always represent what real life sex is like, and not to get too twisted up as he heads on this journey towards sexuality.
You trying to say every guy's penis isn't 10 inches long?
Right. And not every girl thinks the coolest thing is to pound like every hole in every position. And, that
They don't beg you to put it in their butt?
porn is designed for visual
I must need a new
stimulation
girlfriend.
and guys' dreams. Like that, porn is about turning guys on visually. And it's not really about like exchange of love in a couple, long term, whatever. And it's not that there's no place for porn like sex and in a loving relationship, but you get your expectations in check and keep in mind that what you're seeing there isn't necessarily an expression of love, and not to get too twisted up. I wasn't so wordy in the email, but yeah, that's what I told him.
But
That's good
let
advice.
me also say this, that there are girls that do want the porn lifestyle.
What porn?
The porn lifestyle, like I'm trying to think.
Porn
The
stars?
porn lifestyle, is that heroin and crack and
No, that's wanting the butt sex and the hard sex. And
I don't think that's necessarily.
matter of fact, just link my Valentine's Day video.
link your Valentine's Day video? What is that?
You didn't see my Valentine's Day video?
I must
Please
have
don't
missed
tell
it.
me it's Brandy begging for stuff.
No, I showed my
Okay.
Valentine's Day gift off.
What'd you
get?
what'd
We
you
missed
get?
it.
Okay, I got a pocket pussy, I got 2 cock rings, I got 8 bottles of job liquid, I got 3 or 4 like rubbing oils, I got sex wipes, I gotta save it for
Stop!
I got,
Wait. Explain the sex wipes one. What's that?
That's already got me. I was done at sex wipe.
What was the sex wipes? Is that like a little cleanup before you get down to the dirty?
right, like say you just got done playing a pickup game of basketball and you want to get your dick sucked. You take the sex wipe out and clean the penis off.
Nah, man.
Okay.
No, we didn't need all
That's
that.
entirely practical. I think.
Oh,
Fuck.
I think I just got my
Hey, we
video
could have-
another 20,000 views.
We could have a sex wipe sponsor now.
Oh no.
Think about it
no,
that way.
No, we don't need that. Lube is different. I don't even know what a sex wipe looks
What are
like.
you
I imagine a
dying?
box of baby wipes with like a hot chick on them.
I wasn't even going to
Our
edit this
girlfriend's
until
a
now.
I mean, like my current girlfriend wants sex so often that I turn her down on a regular.
Step up your game.
No, it just means he's doing it right. He's like, I can't.
Oh yeah, leave her wanting more, huh? Is that the strategy? Yeah. I don't know. Like,
It's more along the lines your dick gets sore after 3 or 4 days.
I think Kyle's broken. Broke
You sound like the Jack Nicklaus Joker.
Oh god, new topic. That's it. That's it. New
Here
topic.
you go. This is the perfect thing. For
You know,
this show.
old school
All we need
Painkiller
is that
Already,
guy.
we could talk about this for ages, and I wouldn't even fear strikes. Now there are enough jackasses who would just like, report, like, this would be okay on anybody else's channel, but for mine, I don't know. I feel like I gotta edit this.
Oh.
That sucks.
That was great radio, though.
It
That
was
beautiful.
It was, but I can't trust them anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Are
know?
we still doing this, or are you like having a breakdown? Let's edit it out.
No, I think I'm just gonna bleep like. Certainly, your list is going to just be bleeped like crazy.
That list was. I don't even know what
You gotta do
blowjob
creative
liquid is.
So, like,
Is that
when
like-
I
is that
say
like
sex
edible-
wipes, you got to be like, well, once you have a pickup game of basketball, then you go.
Good lord. It's too bad I have to bleep all this stuff out because it would have been funny.
But you know
Yeah,
what I
there's
find funny? Sometimes the bleeps are funnier.
Yeah, I like
Sometimes, yeah.
It's like a Mad Lib of like curses. Like you can insert your own. It's like, oh, it's like a little game. Like when you're watching a TV show, sometimes like bleep 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 you and the bleep bleep bleep. It's
have
like,
you
oh
ever
my
seen
God,
the
it's
unnecessary
hilarious.
censorship videos?
I love it.
Yes, those are great.
Yeah,
This
they're
week, man, it's very
fantastic.
censorship.
Wings has completely derailed me. Usually I just fire the topics off and got stuff to talk about.
That was rough.
Bruh, come on.
Wings, doing it right.
Googled it. Never mind, I can't do it. I've Googled those kinds of wipes, and there's some interesting pictures that show up.
Please no.
What was
like
your search
people-
term?
Sex wipes, and it's just there's like people crying. I don't get it. Like, why does that come up on sex wipes?
There's a bunch of huggies in here as well.
I was
Yeah.
going to go on about me working out and just waiting for the Arnold Schwarzenegger dream, but
Wait, what is this?
well, when Arnold Schwarzenegger used to work out, he would get a chubby, and he would continue working out until he climaxed.
It's not true.
But I thought this was gonna get better. I thought we had a safe time.
But didn't he also get high while he was working out? Wasn't that he's like, I get
No.
high while I'm working out?
No.
No?
What Arnold said in his documentary Pumping Iron, he said, quote, I can't quote him. I'll paraphrase. He said something along the lines of, when you get a pump, which is when, you're working out really hard lifting weights and all the blood rushes those muscles, that tight feeling in the muscles referred to as a pump. He said when he gets a pump, it's as pleasurable to him as coming. But then right after, in interviews afterwards, he's admitted, he's been like, no, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. He's like, I was just saying crazy stuff so people would watch the movie. He's like, we're trying to be entertaining. So that's not accurate. It's a lot of people think that's true, but that's not true.
But what about the pot smoking thing? Did he do that?
He
or
did
no?
smoke pot, but not while he trained.
Oh,
He
okay.
smoked pot in the movie.
In the movie, he did after he
Isn't
had won Mr.
Arnold
Universe. It
Schwarzenegger
was like,
bisexual and stuff?
no,
I
not
don't
that
think
I know
so.
of.
No.
I'm
He
pretty
loves
sure.
the ass. He definitely loves the ass because I've seen him do this. There's a YouTube video of him at Carnival and in Brazil, and he's kind of narrating it, kind of commentating it, and he's like, "I get to a space of time with my favorite part of the woman, the ass," and then it's like a close up of like this Brazilian woman's ass just going to work. It's good
You know
stuff.
who also has asses? Dudes.
Well, he seemed to be more interested in those Brazilian women's asses.
Okay. Well,
Frankly, that's all I've seen out of Arnie. I like Bill Burr's take on an Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's talking about you move to Austria and get famous for lifting weights and then become a movie star and then marry into their royal family and then become a governor. See how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, he was defending him. He was like, he's like, he is a god. So yeah, he slept with one, maid on the side and fathered an illegitimate child and maybe some other stuff and hid it from his wife and whatever. The man is still a winner. And he listed all of his accomplishments and
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, it's unbelievable what Schwarzenegger pulled off. I'm impressed.
And he was getting people seriously thinking about amending the Constitution so that he could run for president or be elected president.
Yeah,
Could have been the
yeah.
Like
next
there
Bill
were
Clinton.
serious conversations.
Could have been the next Clinton.
No.
Look, I don't
I don't
agree
want
with
Schwarzenegger running my shit.
I don't agree with Arnold Schwarzenegger politically, but I will say this. I would vote for him as president just for the funny factor. Look, it's only 4 years, okay? It's only 4 years.
What could he really screw up?
How much worse could shit get, really? Let's be honest here. Arnold could not make things worse than they are right now. Let's put him in there. Give him 4 years. I'll tell you what. Maybe he is. Maybe. Just imagine him talking to North Korea, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger talking to him. He could start bringing up a montage of his past work. Have you seen Commando? And he just like pulls it up, and he's like him throwing like saw blades at like 30 guys, just laying them to waste. He's like, "We could do that to you." That could just be what he does. He just shows like clips from the Terminator.
If North Koreans are used to ridiculous propaganda, how fun would it be to just like blitz them with scenes from Schwarzenegger movies? You know, this is him on Mars kicking ass. This is him throwing saw blades and his machine guns that never.
I just want to see the picture of him standing next to the Korean leader trying to shake his hand.
Well, he's not a giant. He's only 6'2".
I understand that, but he's a big man compared to the Koreans.
Not anymore.
He's big man compared to Kim Jong-il.
He's a big man compared to Kim Jong-un. Yeah, for sure.
Right, Un. I knew I was messing it up.
I mean,
there you go on some Woody.
Schwarzenegger with the shirt off.
Not anymore. Not so much.
No, not anymore. He's
No,
got
he
a Ric Flair
Terminator
territory.
3, but that was some years ago, wasn't it?
He's not looking so good, man.
You know, some of those pictures that were right after like a surgery, like they showed him looking at his worst. He looks a little better, I'm told.
Okay. Well, he does not look like Stallone.
No.
Stallone looks awful.
Stallone is a beast. What do you? I mean, all right, his face.
His face is awful.
Really?
His face does not look good because
that like were coming out. There was one like after they filmed The Expendables or something. There was a picture that was taken of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sly in they were in a hospital room together. They you know, two separate beds, and Sly just looked awful. Like he had this weird little like draw-on mustache, and like his hair was all like you could tell he was going bald, but there were hair plugs still trying to hold on. It was just, it was bad. I mean, he's still massive and taking lots of steroids, but
you know what gets me is that if you're going bald, everybody knows the way to deal with that is to shave it and embrace it. Just rock it, right? Rock it, keep your chin up. Yeah, just shave it. I didn't even think about you when I said that. But yeah, if you're going bald, shave that stuff, hold your chin up and be like, yeah, I got more testosterone than you. What of it?
I don't give a shit about hair.
But people who are going bald are always like traumatized about it and wearing baseball hats 24/7 and stuff like that. It's like, don't you understand? This formula for dealing with this is published and out there. What's with the, baseball hat in the shower bullshit you're pulling?
it's true. How are you going to deal with it, Woody?
When I go bald?
Woody ain't going to go bald.
Look at my hair. This is 7,000 years in. What do you think is going to be changing? I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think my hair is also really coarse. I've talked about it before, so this will bore my most loyal subscribers. But my hair is like super thick, and it'll stick like straight up if I don't use any product. And sometimes my wife cuts it. Not recently, but sometimes my wife would cut it. And if little hairs stick around in the house, it pierces your skin and becomes a splinter. This shit's not going anywhere, man.
Are you telling me that the hair from your head is like tiny little...
He's trying to say that if he was in a survival situation, he could snare a wild pig with it.
Okay, yeah. He would braid it into some sort of rope.
If I get really frightened, I shoot them like porcupines.
That would be awesome. Why don't we have any shit like that as humans? Like look at something like the platypus that like lays eggs and has venom and a tail. Why don't we have any of that cool shit? Duckbill. Why can't we shoot stuff? Why don't our elbows shoot poisonous thorns?
Some of the shit you mentioned sucks, though. Like
because we have the sentient power
I can
to
pee
create
further than a dog. What's up?
We've got thumbs. We're smart. I think my mouth is better than a duckbill.
I want venom.
Hey, I'll take thumbs over venom all day. I can kill the shit out of that snake.
I agree with what Wings is saying. I would take thumbs over venom, but I do want some venom.
You know what I like to be able to say?
I want
Just
some
imagine
quills.
you having sex with a girl with venom and she bites your neck out of passion or some shit.
That's called marriage, Wings.
Well, I think that we would be immune to our own venom. You know, I think we'd just be like, you venomized
I
me.
think human venom wouldn't
Snakes
bother
are
us.
immune to their own venom. Snakes can die from other snakes' venom.
Yeah, but in my magic world, it doesn't
Yeah,
work that way, and we're all
exactly.
good.
In my magic world, venom doesn't work the way venom really does work in the real world. So
Do we
Venom
need
right now.
unicorn
We're just gonna have to
horns?
go
Would that
with
be badass or stupid?
What now?
Unicorn horns?
That would suck when you get a blowjob. You get stabbed in the stomach every damn time.
Good point. No horns. Well, wait, she could just
Only
go
if it came out of their
sideways.
nose. As long as it comes out of their forehead, you'd be all right.
No, there are positions in which this is a problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what
Well,
if you're standing?
At some point,
Yeah,
it
'cause
does
looking
become an
down,
issue.
like
Maybe that would be like a fashion
Oh,
trend,
region.
like removing the female's horns.
And put a rubber guard on a horn. Let her know she's totally submissive.
I can see my daughter
I
begging
don't
me
like
for like
this.
a horn piercing. I'm like, damn it, no, you're 13.
Oh God.
Oh no.
You keep it up with your little horn. What the hell is it that makes a ponytail? The like squishies?
Scrunchies?
Scrunchies, that's what I'm going for.
There we go.
I'm just imagining a bedazzled horn.
Well, if you have a horn, why not bedazzle it?
Yeah,
I mean,
everything's
come on.
better with bedazzles.
Of course.
I want to do a setup tour of the man cave and just like freaking bedazzle shit all over the place. like
Cover your
nobody-
desk in confetti.
There's like glitter everywhere. Like, what is
you
up with
gotta-
your man cave? It's all bedazzled and glittered.
She covered the desk with $100 bills just
Oh
to
my
piss people
gosh.
off.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what Woody needs. More people pissed off at him for
It'll only
stupid
take about
reasons.
$3,000 or
For
$4,000 to
nothing.
do
I
it.
tell you, people can do anything on their channels except me. I'm always the villain. The slightest little thing goes wrong. And I'm
How
not-
dare you play Battlefield 3, Woody?
Yeah. Oh my
Urgh.
God. Now, has anyone else gotten Battlefield 3 like pushback?
If I did, I wouldn't give a shit. It just fade in all the other hate.
Because I play it a lot, so I don't get it. Like, because I played it and posted it regularly, so I haven't. I think Minnesota Burns has. I think he got a little bit of pushback, but he's also the kind of guy like, I'll laugh all the way to my bank.
Yeah, I played it when it first came out, and then my attention shifted to COD, and I played it since then too. I played it a little while ago, but anyway, yeah, I was gonna say I like Battlefield 3, but I totally don't want to be like doing reviews on it because it doesn't seem right. But I don't know, whatever.
In my opinion, when Battlefield's running and running good, it's way more fun than Call of Duty.
There we go.
But it is really, really hard to get it running to that level.
What do you mean get it running?
Well, when you got it down pat, you got your squad, you're all cooking together, you got the tanks rolling, you're winning games.
Oh, I understand now. Yeah, I thought you were talking about from a technical sense, like servers working properly or something.
But that's also part of it running good. Like you get your squad because it's hard to get squads into the same game on the same squad.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
a big problem with the game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, it's difficult. Usually it sorts itself out after like a game or two because people leave, and then when the new server starts, people are still joining in. So the teams are really dynamic, so you can switch really easy, and then you can all get into a squad. But it's kind of cumbersome the way they do it now, especially because EA for some reason insisted on running Battlefield 3's multiplayer through a server or through a browser plugin, which is like, what are you doing? But
Yeah, I don't understand that part of it. Like, as I sit there and choose games, like being a. So look, I played a little Battlefield. I played some Bad Company. I'm playing some Battlefield 3, but I don't pretend to be like some pro Battlefield player. But it's really weird to me to like hit the browser, and that's like it seems out of the way. And the Origin client is the way that I'm supposed to be launching it. I can't launch it just like a game, and
I don't like launching the game and closing it every single time I change servers. I don't like that. There's something just feels. I don't know if it's bad, if it's explicitly bad for PC components or anything like that. But I don't like, whatever it does to my CPU and RAM. It has to go whoop to launch the game, and then it goes back down when I change servers, and then it goes whoop back up again when the game launches again. It's like, well, stop doing that. Well, because I play the game on Ultra because I'm PC elitist. Console.
I play on Ultra too. What do you got? Let's compare PC specs. Bring it.
Oh, you've got me beat. And,
do
on,
I?
on everything. I've got the only thing I have is
You're taller. You got that.
Yeah, no. The only thing I've got the new, the 4 gigabyte MSI GTX 680 with the Twin Frozer 3 technology.
Oh, I think I have a 2 gigabyte 680.
I got the 4
I
for no
did-
reason, just so I can say I have 4.
I
don't
did
have-
all this research, and they were telling me that something to do with the bandwidth in the 680 makes it incapable of using more than 2 gigabytes of RAM very well. Since
really?
then, I've done some research, and apparently 4 is still better than 2, just not twice as good as 2. I don't know. But the other thing is I play in, what is it, 1920 by 1080? Yeah. And, you know, I'm on Ultra. I'm getting like 80 frames per second, sometimes more. I'm kind of good. You know, like, what do I need?
Well, I don't play on Ultra. I play on Standard, and I get 170 frames. Eat that dick.
Then you don't need a 680, Wings. The whole reason you get a 680 so you can.
The whole reason I got a 680 was so I could hook a third monitor up to a desk I look like I'm never getting.
I want to talk about that desk, but on the 680, dude, like, it's been life-changing for me. When you use Premiere Pro, it really takes advantage of your graphics cards. Vegas says it does, dude. Vegas is kiddie stuff. Premiere Pro, videos that take 47 minutes to render on Vegas take 7 on Premiere Pro. Wow. It is so much faster because of the way it uses your GPU. Now, it was the same speed, really, without the GPU in core. But with the GPU, Premiere Pro is so much quicker. It used to be I'd do a video, it would render for like an hour, and then I'd watch it, and let's say I was mildly unhappy with it. Like, you know what? I wish the game audio was a touch lower because I don't think I'm as easy to understand as I could be. Or like, oh, I forgot to drop my sharpness filter on it or something like that. Then I'd be like, well, this one's going to be imperfect because it takes an hour to render and it's running late and all this stuff. But now it's like, oh, this is a 7-minute fix. You know, do the change, render it again, I'm good to go. My videos are better because of it and because of how much faster it is, and it's a freaking pleasure. It's the way to go. So that's what I use my 680 not just for gaming but also for rendering, and it's awesome. I was thinking
I
of
use
getting
it just to
Titan.
make my EP bigger. I just want my EP.
Dude, the Titan's the EP.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
If I was making your kind of money, I wouldn't have like a wife or
Here we
house
go.
or
Here we
taxes
go.
or anything. I would have just a new PC like every couple of months. Like, what do you have? Oh, I got the newest, best.
I sometimes look at getting a new PC. I'm like, you know what? My PC's a year old. Let's go check out what I have. For people who are wondering, if you're a PC nerd, my GPU is a 3930K. Is that what it is? K?
CPU?
Yeah. Oh, did I say GPU?
Yeah, you said GPU.
Oh, my CPU is a 3930K, I think. It's a hex core, whatever. I overclock it. My graphics card, as mentioned, is I think it's an MSI Afterburner 2 gigabyte 680. I have 32 gigs of RAM. It's a lot. And I think I have, let me count them up. 1, 4, 6. I have 6 hard drives in the thing, in addition to like network area storage on the network. And I think I've covered all the highlights. I don't know if I missed anything people care about. But so I have a good PC, but it's about a year old. And I was like, I wonder if there's anything better out there. Because I really use the dickens out of my PC every day. Every day I'm rendering, you know, I think I had 5 videos today. That's a lot, you know? Like, if I feel like if your business depends on PC horsepower, then you can justify getting a PC almost annually. I looked and that my parts were pretty current.
Yeah, it's yeah. But you can still spend a lot of money just because.
I mean, but like what CPU would I get instead? A Xeon something or other? Like the next level up.
Stuff coming out.
There's not new stuff coming out. What's newer than the 680?
I don't know. It costs more. Get it. The Titan. Get the Titan.
The Titan's not even out.
When it comes out, get it.
Okay.
690.
The 690 doesn't help. All right. The Wing says it's boring. Maybe it's too boring. Yeah, the 690 doesn't do anything for me. I could go.
I could sit here talk about trucks all goddamn day, but like talking about specs on cards I've not even looked up, it sucks. Most people's computer that listen to this show can barely do the video that it shows happening on.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, there haven't been new PC parts that have caught my attention yet.
My computer makes videos, yours can't play.
So Wings' desk. Wings, when are you getting your desk?
Yes.
Well,
Desk
here's
talk.
the thing. they fucked up my main section. My main section, which would be this part.
To the desk part.
Can I back it up a bit?
Desk is broken. My desk goes to an L like this.
So some people don't know the Wings desk story. Wings' current desk sucks. It's shaky. It might be glass. It's nothing.
Glass.
And by the way, he's got some heavy stuff on. He's got multiple monitors. He's a big guy. You bump it, whatever. He needs a stable desk. So he went and contracted with this guy, and he told him, look, I want the kind of desk that I can park a truck on. I want to be able to dance on it and have it not move. Like, I want a man's
I want to fall into it and it hurt me, and the desk doesn't even realize I did
it. and he wants it to be big, right? He wants lots of flat space for him to spread out, and he never wants to be cramped. And I saw his office. He's pretty cramped in there right now. He's making use of like floor space near the desk and stuff like that. He needs to have a spread. So he has a friend who has carpentry skills and is unemployed or underemployed or something like that. And he thought he had a connection. So carry it from there.
Well, originally I bought around $1,400 worth of supplies. This is wood, 2x4s, liquid nail, that kind of stuff. And I also I wanted the desk to be shiny. I wanted it so I could sit a drink on it, and I'd be good. If I spilled something on it, it would pool. It wouldn't run down into wires and stuff. So I went with glass epoxy. Glass epoxy is really hard to work with.
If you're not experienced, like I've worked with it before, so people don't know I do a bunch of woodworking. Not lately, but I have experience in it. And epoxy doesn't dry like most things in your life dry. It dries chemically. You add a hardener to it, and the epoxy, and then it reacts and turns into almost like a glass, right? Other glues like the wood glue or white Elmer's glue, it kind of dries out just by air evaporation. This doesn't evaporate. The two things chemically combine and turn into glass. Carry on.
Right. And he really he did the first one perfect, but to cover the biggest, let me just say, this part of the desk is 8 feet 2 inches long.
It's a big
and this
desk.
part of the desk is 6 feet 5 inches long. It's a big desk.
Reminds me of my Johnson.
Yeah. Well, he's doing the 8'2" part right now, and he got most of it done, 75%. But the last edge over there on that side, he had to open another bottle of epoxy, and the hardener in that epoxy wasn't shook. You're supposed to have him shake it when you buy it, and thus it wasn't mixed correctly, and it would never dry. He let it sit there for like 3 weeks, and it didn't dry. So now he has to sand all that off, and he needs more glass epoxy. And I told him it's going to have to wait till the summertime when my money picks up, and I'll invest more money into the desk because I already got like $2,500 into it.
That's one hell of a desk.
Yeah, this better be the best desk ever when you get it.
It's beautiful. Like it's got custom trim work done to it. It's got my name burned into it. It's got my company logo in it.
All right. Well,
It's a beautiful desk. I got pictures of what he has done with it.
Dude, what does he need? Just epoxy to get going again?
He needs epoxy, and he needs more wood, more 2x4s.
Those things are all cheap.
Epoxy is $200 a gallon.
Oh, I've never bought it by the gallon.
It's $200 a gallon. I bought 3 gallons to begin with, and that barely covered 8 feet.
Wait. That's a lot of fucking epoxy, bro.
It didn't cover 8 feet of desk. It's supposed to cover. It's about what we needed. It was supposed to do both sections of desk. I guess something miscalculated, where he drainage and runoff and.
I rebuilt a car with 2 gallons of Bondo. This sounds like a crazy amount of epoxy.
Yeah, I don't even know.
What's the depth of the epoxy? Is it like
3 inches thick?
3 or 4 inches thick.
Oh my god!
Why do you need that much of epoxy?
Not
for?
in just epoxy. You're talking about the thickness of the desk.
No, I'm talking about it's supposed to come up probably something like that.
That's not 3 inches. Dude, how long is your penis? The penis is like
3
a foot.
It's like 1.5 inches, something like that. It's supposed to do like that.
Well, you still said 1.5 inches.
I have no carpentry skills whatsoever. All I know is what people tell me.
1.5 inches is a lot. That's like really thick.
It's supposed to be really thick. I have pictures of
For
the
epoxy.
Mine's
Other
thicker
things,
than
not so
that.
much.
Let's see. Y'all continue on. I'm going to send these pictures to Lefty and let him tell me.
Okay.
All right.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
man.
to this.
I'm excited about your desk. I didn't realize you were hundreds of dollars epoxy away from completion.
Well, he hasn't started the second half of it, and he still has to put the second half together. And I have to move it because it's over 80 feet long, so I can't just put it on my trailer.
Have you paid this guy a significant amount of money already?
It's already paid for.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So normally you'd pay for something that you're
Right,
buying
but I paid
on
him in
delivery.
advance because he needed the money. Because I didn't plan on building the desk at this point, but he kind of got his Obamacare came through, and he works as a pizza delivery guy. And when Obamacare came through, and the company started adjusting for it, so they cut everybody's full-time hours back to part-time hours. So he went from getting 45 hours a week to getting 28 hours a week. So what he had to do now is he went and got a job as a taxi driver on top of his pizza job to make up the funds.
Oh, my God. Why doesn't he combine them both?
That's genius. Right?
Hey, can I get a ride to Fifth Street? Yeah, but we're stopping by Elm first. Got to drop off this triple pepperoni. Would you like a slice? $2.99.
That makes perfect sense.
Taxi cab pizza.
That does make sense.
He needs to combine.
Somebody's
it.
gonna do that now.
So yeah, Wings. When I was saying that, I was really talking to the audience. Like normally you'd pay for something after delivery, but because this gentleman's situation, Wings had to the desk isn't going to happen unless he fronts him all the money for materials, and he made a mistake at one point. And what do? You know.
That's what it is. I mean, like the desk is 75, 80% done. It needs more money, so I got to wait to the point where I can safely invest more money in it and feel comfortable with it.
And it shall be the greatest desk ever seen.
Oh, I mean, trust me, that desk will be so game changing because it'd be like a new. It would feel like a new work office. I almost picture it invigorating me to make better videos because I have all this new room and I can actually stretch out.
I have a new room I might move into.
Dude, there's literally inches between everything here. Like, I don't know if you can see the stuff moving here in my camera. Put my camera on.
Yeah, I can see it.
I want to
Yeah.
hear about Woody's
Like,
room.
look, I'm just touching my thing with two fingers. Two fingers. Just,
You used
It's a
two. I
lot.
got three. I rock three. When I touch
I
it.
rock 2 hands.
Yeah.
2 hands.
Mm-hmm.
I get as much involved as I possibly can. If I can hook a toe in there somewhere, so be it.
I don't know if you look up here. My computer actually sits shit on top of it, like games and controllers, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a place where I sit stuff. I won't have to do this. This is gonna have its own special case under the desk. All
So
the
what do you-
wires will be gone. I'll have a back to the new desk.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a new man cave. We have a bigger room in the house that's currently used as kind of like a rumble room type thing. It has like doll houses on the carpet and I don't know, bookcase and just
Make it
picture-
so.
Yeah, and there's a bed in there, so sometimes we clean it up and use it as a guest room. But my wife and I were talking about that being the next man cave, and it would be a lot bigger. I don't know. This room is so set up. Like I've got it all like acoustically done. I've got my speakers here. I've got my stuff all embedded in the walls, and I'll move over. There's like Xboxes and PlayStations down there, and like I've got more controllers than you can shake a stick at. but like I like the way this room is set up, but it's like, would you start over for more room?
You don't really need more room though.
I don't know. I almost don't want to move my camera around, but it's getting to be that I have like storage issues. There's things just off frame that you can't see. Like, like there's like guitar amp and there's like a mess over there and there's a mess over here. I don't even want to show you all my mess. I like it. I like it the way it was.
You don't want to break the wall. It looks clean and pristine in the shot you have, but then you just start showing
Yeah, there we go.
chinks in the armor.
Right.
Don't break the third wall.
So there's getting to be it's actually a lot worse than it normally is right now because I just got some new stuff in. But if I had a new place, and there's lots of like wiring closet. Like I kind of like what I have here, but how awesome would it be to have like a standing wiring closet I could go into to deal with all my stuff and have Like, have you ever seen rack-mounted switches and routers and stuff that like an enterprise would have? I'd love to have serious routes with all like my racks with gaming consoles and network equipment and stuff built into like a wall and do it up pro style. So we might do that.
I just want my TV and all my monitors on the same level as each other.
I wish you could see mine. My system is really badass. I should do a setup video again. But yeah, I have 3 monitors here, all like arcing around me, and I can like track like this is where I'm recording. Here's my audio stuff. Here's my video stuff, and in the middle is the show.
I thought about adding this to the desk. Take my camera and have a place on the desk to mount the camera, so it's almost like head vision.
That's
perfectly.
I wish that I could do.
So I can vlog like that.
Yeah, my monitors are against the wall on the other side of me. And I kind of wish on the other side of the wall there was lots of space where I could set up like a tripod and have nicer things in front of me. Like maybe an L-shaped desk. So I have monitors here, and then I can have a desk this way that's almost like a newscaster setup with, you know, a camera on a tripod and a desk in front of me. And like I wish I had that. But whatevs. I don't know. And the room's not that big. I don't know that my dreams would really come true in it. It needs some thought. Onslaught is an architect.
YOLO, you pay the house rent. Make the living room your office.
That's it. Nobody else in the kitchen. Mine.
No. I want them in the kitchen. That's where
You could build a small wood cabin in your backyard, and it would keep going with the Woody theme. What if you broadcasted live from the wood shack?
How awesome would that be?
Yeah, just a small cabin. You know, 1 room thing. Maybe
You'd be
attach
like
a
Ted
bathroom.
Kaczynski.
You could get the thing done for like 15 grand.
A cabin for 15 grand?
Yeah, a little cabin, room-sized cabin.
What's the point in that? I want a garage-sized cabin.
That's where you're gonna broadcast from.
Or you can build it yourself and videotape it and make YouTube money.
That requires logging.
Dude, a little cabin with like a wood stove in the corner that would never get turned on because Xbox's heat house is just fine.
Screw it. You should just make a bunker. Just make it like a concrete bunker.
I also know how to make a bunker.
Call it the man bunker. First of its kind.
You just take you get yourself, you know those Connex boxes, the big giant metal shipping boxes that you see on the ships? Mm-hmm. You just bury one of those in the ground. There's your bunker.
Why not bury 2? Get a double wide bunker.
Why not make a matrix of them beneath your home?
Pretty soon, Woody's got the movie Cube underneath his house.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can see Lefty as my architect designing this swastika out of shipping crates.
You're like, no, it's so good for ventilation. It's naturally ventilated. It's going to save you so much. This looks a little familiar.
Yeah, no, Woody, it's like a pinwheel of shipping crates.
Uh-huh. I imagine Hitler explaining that to somebody at some point. No, it's like a pinwheel.
It's like a child's toy.
Don't worry about that. It's for the kids.
You'll love it.
Thanks.
Are we gonna wrap this up soon?
Yeah, I was just actually looking at the clock. It's 2 hours in.
Is it 2 hours?
I
Yeah,
think.
you got a good clock. I don't know where we started.
Me neither. We were
About
gonna
9:10.
Really? So we're over 2 hours.
Ooh. Well, don't forget all the editing Woody's got to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got to clean up that horrible shit you said earlier.
Yeah, Wings of Redemption trying to get me strike.
Get me strike. What about that racist shit that Lefty was spouting off?
You bring up
Stop.
a good point.
No racist shit was said. I wasn't racist.
You were, dude. You and your white whales. We know what that code is for.
Guys broke the code.
All right, that was Painkiller Already, episode 127. A quick note: I don't know if anyone's watching this who's interested in advertising, but you can contact Heather at WoodysGamertag TV. Don't send her any penis pictures; she doesn't like it. But send her penis pictures.
Did she get that? Has she gotten Wang pictures?
She has gotten so many cockpits.
Yeah!
She's gotten tons.
Half of them are from me. Half of them are from me.
The little ones. She was just like flooded with penis pictures. Like everybody was sending them to Heather at WoodysGamertag.tv. And but we also had some good business offers and stuff. We've got some stuff lined up. I look forward to getting more ads on the show. We've got stuff cooking. So
if you're gonna send
somebody with a great voice and a great
sure
microphone,
that you're gonna the money is above the penis picture.
yeah, but what we're not looking for, we also get a lot of stuff like little YouTubers trying to advertise their channels, or people just like, what can I get for $5? No. This is like a real thing. Like please keep your $5.
All right, 10. My final offer.
No, but like if you're a serious business and you like to work with us, we'll pimp your stuff even at the start of the show. So anyway,
if you got clothes and you want us to wear it,
yeah, shoot it on over here. Lefty, he'll swap out his hood for whatever you have in mind.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyway,
For all potential advertisers, I am not actually racist, so don't worry about that.
no, but he's willing to endorse racist groups.
Yes.
No,
He will become
Lefty,
racist
you
for the
stress
right
the
amount
hell
of
out. Nobody thinks you're racist.
I know. I'm just playing along with the joke.
Really
All right. Anyway,
I'm
Painkiller.
just waiting for somebody that actually does so I can play along even harder.
I totally want to work the Lefty's Black Friend gamer tag and stuff like that.
Oh god, that's gonna be a thing now.
Oh yeah, they're all gonna be taken.
All the YouTube channels, Lefty's Black Friend. Great.
All right, Painkiller Already 127.